Welcome back to the JDL Football 13 video, and today what we have for you is we have just some weekly games and some chilling on FIFA drafts, some stuff like that. It's a chill session today, 2 or 3 hours. We will be having the football on in 20 minutes. So yeah, I think final score's on, so we're gonna have that on while we're playing. It'll be a good game. As I can sing just song, please just sing along. 'Cause I'm not feeling strong, I need you. Yeah, we're in the second round at the minute. I won 8-0 and I'm gonna say 5-2. Actually. Yeah, 5-2. So how are we all today? How are we all? Nothing is too far from the one and stars. Somebody out there watching down for me. I can't even see. You're all I needed. My heart starts beating. Listen to me. All I need is to say tomorrow. Oh, won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? I can sing this song, sing along. I'm not feeling strong, I need you. There goes my heart beating. Should really be winning this game, I think. What if challenges like what Eric Dyer just did is going to find and we're not? Or touches like that from Ronaldo? The game if that happens. He likes switching the ball, doesn't he? Oh! Maradona. Putting that away, mate. Got away with that one. So, yeah, sorry I haven't uploaded in ages, guys. It's just that I've been ill for the couple of days, and I've just not really wanted to push out any content, really. I think I might be stopping the Draft to Glory. I don't know, I might do a few episodes over the course of... What a ball from Ronaldo there. What a ball. Yeah, I may bring like 3 or 4 episodes out over the course of FUT birthday. There will be one tomorrow night. And to be fair, there might be one tonight around 10 o'clock, if you guys are okay with that. A Just Glory episode. But yeah, I don't know. We'll be here, stargazing. Right, into the break, 1-0 up. Happy, happy. Don't love. For love. Hasn't deserved it. Hasn't looked like scoring, to be fair. All game. I know he's taking shots, but he hasn't looked like scoring any. There we go. Back in front. That's how easy it is. Oh. Me that way I've been hoping. One night. Never be enough. Never be enough until I met you with words. Easy go. Easy go. Oh, I thought that went in. I would not have been happy if that went in. I didn't want you to leave in the morning. Can we get high and take it slow? Easy. Oh. We're right on the beat as well. Listening to music in my ears as well, guys. Then. Just fine. Into the final we go, boys. Oh. Oh. On you. In the building. Honey, honey. Nothing's perfect, but it's worth it after part the poverty.
For Bristol City and Sheffield United breathing down their necks. Now he's named an unchanged side here for a third game in a row, whilst there's 4 changes for Brentford, including a first league start for Lewis McLeod, and it's 0-0 as it stands.
Thank you, Lindsay. Bristol City have had a wobble at the wrong time. They're at home to Ipswich Town in front of Hamish Marshall.
Since Boxing Day, City have slipped from 2nd to 8th with a run of 11 points from 13 games. The tide really does need to turn soon if they are to make the playoffs. Ipswich fans disgruntled at the prospect of a 17th successive season in the Championship. Mick McCarthy, though, says he won't be forced out, and on the bright side, they have won 3 of the last 4 away games.
Thank you, Hamish. Sheffield United were victorious in midweek. They could move into the playoff places with a win over Forest. Peter Slater.
And it's the home form which has kept them in touch, Jason, after that blistering start to the season. They've won their last 4 here, and as you say, the right results today could see them back in the playoff picture. Whatever happens, it's been a decent season after promotion. Finishing 7th would be no disgrace. Now, Nottingham Forest are quite definitely mid-table. 15 points off the bottom 3, 16 points off the top 6. Aitor Karanka's made them solid, unbeaten in 6. Daryl Murphy starts for them. Leon Clark returns for United. He's not scored since New Year's Day. Very nearly did in the first 2 minutes, actually. Pantinimon made a good save. Red lines on the pitch, Jason. One half is perfect, but we're playing in an absolute blizzard. 3.5 minutes played, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, there's a lot of snow falling across the country. We'll keep you right up to date with the weather too. Norwich City drew at Barnsley in midweek, and against Reading today they faced another team who were scrapping for Championship survival. Any snow with you, Mark Webber?
No, not much, to be honest with you. 0-0 so far. Now, last year I watched Norwich score 6 past Reading in 31 minutes. This season it's taken me 3 months to see 6 Norwich goals at Carrow Road. This means more to Reading, I have to say. They've got to put some distance between them and the basement, and we're going to be a bit behind
Sam
the
Smith is
half-time
playing for
averages because a late tackle by Reading, Sam Smith already on Tim Closer. Got about 4 or 5 minutes worth of treatment. There's a breakaway now because there's a chance here for Onel Hernandez from Norwich to score. He can't find the edge, and it's gone for a corner. That's the best chance we've had so far. 0-0.
Let's take you into League 2. Accrington Stanley pulled off a superb win at Luton Town last week to go top. Today they host Forest Green Rovers, and an early goal. John Watson.
Yes, where the home side are leading 1-0, obviously buoyed by that huge win against Luton last time out. It was a free kick on the right-hand side. McConville crossed it in, and it looks like Callum Johnson got the final touch. Terrible defending from the visitors, but Accrington, obviously after that huge win against Luton last time out, they've made a sensational start here. They're 1 point ahead of Luton at the top of League 2. Well placed for promotion, and they've made the perfect start here against Forest Green. 1-0.
So a good start then for them. Let's go back to the Championship. Durham Tanner is hoping for a Yorkshire derby at Ellen Road, bringing out the best in Leeds United and Sheffield Wednesday. Always lively, this one, Durham.
It is. We have 0-0 so far, 5 minutes in, and no real action, but it does say something about the current state of these two sides, that this premium Yorkshire derby is a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff and not a lunchtime TV treat. Leeds' form has drawn heavy criticism from their owner. 1 win in 14 tends to do that for you. Both managers reasonably new into their surroundings, only 1 win in the league to the names. Sheffield Wednesday make 1 change, Leeds United 2. Tom Pearce, a 19-year-old left-back, making his debut. Dallas in for the injured playmaker stays. And the young goalkeeper...
Yo, what's up? World War II Callum Reviews. Welcome, bro. How you doing? Yo, what's up, Mo?
Other double-barrel goalkeeper in the football.
How you guys doing? How are we both today?
Newport County have taken the lead in League 2. Josh Sheehan with a goal there, and a free kick.
Yo, Jaden, welcome as well.
Yes, it's just been taken, Jason, by Luka Milojevic for Crystal Palace. Just wide as well. Good effort. Palace have made by far the better start. Couple of good chances. James McArthur, the shot blocked not once but twice from a corner. And Wilfried Zaha playing
quite well forward along with Andres Townsend and Christian Benteke. He got in a good position, but his shot was blocked just over the bar as well. Huddersfield 0, Palace 0. Tom Davis is down, has had a bit of treatment, Robin Cowan.
What?
He has, and he's up, and he should have scored for Everton. Wayne Rooney's free kick midway inside the Stoke City half. He floated it into the Stoke City area, and Tom Davis completely unmarked between Shawcross and Johnson. They haven't played very much for Stoke City in recent weeks. And he had a free header, couldn't keep it down, it was over the bar, really should have done better there. It's still Stoke 0, Everton 0.
I believe all this snow falling, and yet, Chris Wise, it looks like springtime on the south coast.
You are not here, Jason. Trust me, if you fancy coming down here and experiencing the cold, I've got layers upon layers on, and I need them as well. Not a great game so far, 0-0. We've played almost 8 minutes. West Brom settled reasonably well. Remember, they are on the brink of suffering 7 successive defeats. It would equal their longest losing streak in the Premier League. You have to go back 15 years under Gary Megson to find the last time they were so poor across a sequence of results. They can't afford to lose today, 0-0.
Can I just say, Chris, 20 years of going up and down motorways as a football reporter, I think I deserve this afternoon in very warm weather. Let's go to Tony Husband. And Tony, if we can have a match report or a latest update that lasts longer than, say, 3 seconds, we'd be very grateful.
Well, that's very kind of you, Jason, showing great solidarity with someone who spent 20 years doing exactly that and who, for the first time in his life, arrived at the ground and realised he'd forgotten his bag, his notes, his hat, his scarf, his gloves, his stopwatch, absolutely everything. And then at the start there, my microphone too, so apologies for that. Nevertheless, I've got myself together enough to tell you that it's 0-0 here between Wolves and Burton. The fixture is, well, perhaps kind to Wolves this week. They beat the woeful Reading here on Tuesday. Today they face a Burton side languishing in the relegation places, not scoring goals. Benicophobia cause for Wolves scored this week, finding some confidence at a familiar club on loan from Bournemouth now, of course. That's a boost. Jota's out injured for them today, the only change from that comfortable win here against Reading. Nigel Clough, he's dropped Darren Bent today as a cross goes across the face of the Burton goal and goes wide. They're only 3 points away from safety though, but they face a mighty test, you sense, on a snowy day in the Midlands.
Quality as ever from Mr. Tony Husband. Top man, thank you very much indeed. Let's go into League One then, shall we? Wigan Athletic in FA Cup action tomorrow. Don't forget it's on the BBC. The Blackburn Rovers game at Gillingham has been called off. That means Shrewsbury Town can get back into second with a win at Scunthorpe United. Goal, Dan McCarthy.
Already tell during this game that it's going to be very much wind assisted. A long ball was pumped up. Ivan Turney tried to take it around the goalkeeper. It was caught in the wind. Harris Dutton and Ciala was booked, and then the free kick taken by Josh Morris looped in over Dean Henderson. Perfect start.
It's not very good for Burton.
Oxford United in front against Peterborough United. Coventry City in front through a George Ray over on 5 minutes. Wimbledon have the lead at Rochdale. That's in League One. Back to the Premier League. Chris Wise.
West Brom getting a little bit of success down Bournemouth's left-hand side. Twice in the space of 60 seconds. Deliveries from Alan Neon playing as an attacking fullback this afternoon. The first one just out of the reach of Rondon, and then moments later he did find him with a high across. Rondon's header though, straight at goal from Begovic. It is promising though from the Baggies.
Yeah, West Brom going for this soon?
They are, and they've started the game quite well, and they have had opportunities out wide. Bournemouth defensively, you always think that they're going to concede. They're very good going forward, but they're really giving it a good go, West Brom. I think
they're sitting very deep, and they're looking to get on the counter attack with Nyon down the right, Rondon up top. And so they've started okay, West Brom, haven't they? They've started very well.
And Everton have had a couple of chances as well, Sue?
They have. Should have done better with that Davis opportunity. The conditions, we've just been laughing at the conditions, they are awful.
I don't think I've ever played a game at Stoke where the conditions haven't been bad, to be honest. So there, it looks...
It is one of the coldest grounds in England.
When it's bad, it's really bad, and it's terrible there.
And they've got blue lines there as well.
They have got blue lines, yeah, for Everton.
I don't know whether to come to you, Robin Cowan, for a football update or a weather update.
I can't feel my face, Jason. The snow is blowing straight into it. Thankfully, it's just relented. Stoke have had a very good chance from Peter Crouch. A really incisive break from an Everton corner. They broke very quickly using the pace of Ramadan Sobi down the left-hand side. He pulled it back from the edge of the area. Peter Crouch couldn't quite get hold of it, and Pickford, it was an easy take for him. 0-0, a bit of sunshine, a bit of relief.
You're doing very well. Well done, Robin. We're not going to spend too much time talking about the snow and the freezing conditions and the temperatures as well, but what is it like? Does it affect a football player?
I think personally, when he plays, I don't know if you would agree with me, when in the wind it's so difficult, especially when it's like that at the Thames today. It's just terrible conditions to play in. And with the snow coming in and hitting you in the face as well, like the reporter just said, it's awful. It makes the game very, very difficult. It can be a leveller.
Yeah. Is it really hard?
I think the wind especially, I think you can cope with the rain and the cold even, but when it's windy and like Alex just said, when the snow is blowing in your face, it certainly will level the both teams.
Yep, good stuff. Right, okay, let's bring you a couple of goals. Let's go to St Andrews, goal in the championship. Ivan
I thought they were anything more than
Birmingham 1, Hull City 0. Good sweeping move. Che Adams, who'd earlier missed a really good opportunity, went one-on-one with the keeper. This time, the provider breaking on the right, cutting a low ball back, difficult to defend. Hull didn't defend it, and Yotta swept the ball home, and sweeping the operative word we could do with a brush. I can't see the pitch.
That's a huge goal for Birmingham City. As it stands, they are in the bottom three at the start of today, but they will climb out with a win today. And there's a goal for Southend there in front of Blackpool. Marc-Antoine Fortuné on 11 minutes. Back to the John Smith Stadium. Richard Askham.
No goals, Jason, but an intriguing match. Huddersfield Town having a bit more joy in the last few minutes. Steve Mounier wasted a good chance with a heavy touch, but Crystal Palace look very dangerous on the break. They're interchanging the front positions. Wilfried Zaha has been moving into the centre-forward position at times. Christian Benteke just chesting it down and getting his team going. Just an intriguing sort of tactical battle here. But
as long as it's better than 4-0.
MK Dons struggling at the bottom of League One. They're still in the bottom four, even though they're 1-0 up against Bury. Chucks Anike with a goal, and Stevenage in front of Port Vale. Luke Amos, that's in League Two. Back to the Bet365, Robin Cowan.
Well, Stoke are just starting to create a few more opportunities and a few problems for the Everton back line. Good play, interplay around the edge of the area. Jurgen Shaqiri, his shot was charged down, so dangerous for Stoke, and they come forward again with Joe Allen here. Neat interplay. Beach will try and cut this one back, and it will be out for a corner kick. Promising signs for Stoke City, the Bet365. It remains 0-0.
Yeah, you can just hear the crowd getting behind Stoke City, can't you, Sue?
Yeah, and it looks like a good crowd, actually, and that's what they need. They need that little bit of motivation more than anything. You can hear when they go forward, they're really backing their players, but it's just that final ball still for Stoke. A couple of times they've got into good opportunities, but they're just lacking that quality in the final third.
It's an open game, though. They're both going after it, hammer and tong, and it's a good game to watch. Yep. And the sun's just come out as well.
Wonderful.
Make everyone happy.
United in front against Forfar in Scottish Championship 1. Michael Moffat with a goal, and a goal in the Championship at Carrow Road. Mark Webber.
Norwich 1, Reading 0. A corner in from Madison. Mario Vrancic, near post header, simple as you like. Norwich City 1, Reading 0.
Thank you, Mark. Let's go back to the lunchtime kick-off in the FA Cup then. Spurs securing their place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, beating Swansea City by 3-0 at the Liberty Stadium. Let's hear from Mauricio Pochettino.
I think very good performance. I'm really pleased. Happy for our player, our fans.
Just say Wolves 0-1.
Yes.
Stay.
No. Wembley. Wait.
Save my life.
And I think it's fantastic.
Say Liam Boyce has scored.
How important was that early goal to just make sure that the home team didn't get any momentum behind them?
Well, I think if we saw the game, I think we fully deserved the victory. We play very well. Of course, when you score early and after you manage and dominate the game, obviously it's easier, but in football, sometimes you score early and then it's difficult to have the control of the game. But I think for me the most important, after 90 minutes, the team deserved it. We played much better, and we are on the semi-final because we deserve it.
Bristol Rovers still with a slim chance of making the playoffs, have taken the lead at Plymouth Argyle. Chris Lyons with a goal there. Right, let's talk about Spurs, because after the heartbreak of Champions League departure, they've bounced back really well, haven't they?
Yeah, and Pochettino will be delighted today. He's made changes. Everybody who came in grabbed the opportunity. Ericsson was a standout performer, as we touched on earlier. But they're in the semi-final now, and all of a sudden things look rosy again.
Yeah, and of course they've got a semi-final at Wembley. They know that very well. Yeah. So effectively they could have.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Two home games.
You wouldn't want to, if we won tomorrow, you wouldn't want to take Tottenham on at Wembley because it's a huge advantage tonight.
Yeah. And they were so disappointed to be out of the Champions League, and I think it's now they need silverware, so they're desperate to get something and the performances have been excellent since that defeat.
I'll come back to Spurs in just a moment. There's been a goal at Molineux. Tony Hudson.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's Wolves 1, Burton Albion 0, and it's a beautifully timed run by Helder Costa. Got in behind the Burton back line, the through ball played in well, controlled it, and then from inside the penalty area, opened his body up and left-footed, put it into the corner of the net, and the leaders ahead at Molineux, 1-0.
Yeah, pretty standard. Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Pretty standard, what are you on about?
Let's go back to our discussion on Spurs, but when you look at
what a goal.
What they've got and the big players as well, it's important that the club start winning silverware, because there will be clubs who will be sniffing around Dele Alli and Harry Kane.
Can you make me a monitor
those
thing?
players need to have a taste of success, don't they?
Yo, Jake, can you make me a monitor thing?
I fully agree, they do need to get...
Yeah, Toby, I will do, mate. Just let me do this game and then I will do, mate, don't worry.
They're a young team, they've got, in my opinion, one of the best...
Yeah, I have been needing to do that for quite a while. I'm going to just keep forgetting to do that. Don't worry.
Next season as well. So it's a great time to be a Tottenham player and support.
Yeah, but they want to win trophies, though, wouldn't they? Those players all want
There's no urgency about Burton team.
I'm talking about the big names as well.
Right, there's nothing. No one is wanting to play anymore. I think they're all just sort of give up.
They've got the fact that they could
That's what it feels like.
today and still perform at that level. No Harry Kane, but Eriksen stepped up to the plate.
Yep.
And Son has been excellent.
Yeah,
it's been brilliant, isn't it? Okay, let's go back to the Vitality Stadium. Chris Wise, what's been happening?
Almost 20 minutes played, not a great deal. Half chances for both. A Bournemouth change, though, to notify you of. The Cherries have lost their captain, Simon Francis, through injury. Looked really disgruntled as well. Thumped the ground, trudged off down the tunnel. Charlie Daniels on in his place. So Daniels has gone to left back, and Adam Smith, who did start at left back, has moved to his.
We had to sign this centre back, I think it was Igor. It's like a Swedish, I think, a centre back. If you want to play for one of me and my bro.
I'll let you say that, Jake.
Bro, I've got to play some FIFA games. I would do, but I've got to play loads of FIFA games this week, so I will do later if you're down. I will do later.
City have looked promising, but
Just not sure when though.
Dangerous with their deliveries from Wayne Rooney, and the latest one from Leighton Baines, we know has got a fantastic left foot. He whipped it in towards Cenk Tosun, who couldn't quite stretch enough to get the header on target. Still 0-0.
Just because we have.
Just looking at Roy Hodgson pitch side, Richard Askham.
Yes, Jason, it's an injury to Jeffrey Schlupp. I don't know whether he's going to be able to carry on or not, but Roy Hodgson will be extremely pleased with the way.
But yeah, the Burton Albion team, there's nothing going on for them. No one wants to play football. The second from bottom, they need to get the 3 points. 3 points, all they are. That's one win. We've got big games coming up. We've got the low teams, sort of like Sunderland near the end of the season.
On the left-hand side, cutting onto his right foot,
loads and loads.
Just delayed that little extra second. The chance was gone, the shot was blocked, and I think you can tell that his confidence is pretty low with just 2 goals.
It's only a little bit of an injury.
No goals here.
Yeah, so we're goalless in all our matches in the Premier League, so let's have a detailed look at the Football League with Mark Clement.
No pressure there, mate. Here's where we are then. Here are the teams, the fixtures involving the teams that are trusting for those automatic places. Derby, Cardiff tomorrow. Villa don't kick off till 5:30. They've had more away wins this season than they have in the last 3 seasons put together.
Oh.
That's what caught them on their travels. It hasn't come up on our scoreboard there, actually. Let me just try and flick that and bring it up. We heard about that Wolves goal. And then, of course, I'm showing you a screen that doesn't actually show it. Bear with me a second. I do apologise, folks. Let me just bring that up there. Needed to get back to winning ways, don't they? Because they've had that little splutter. Might be to their advantage as they go forward to have got the sort of points dropping out of the way. But just to remind you, on the 2nd of January, they were 12 points clear at the top. Start of play today, it had dropped to just 3.
Vardy, no.
I want to concentrate on the teams at the bottom end of the table, and Jason quite rightly said that's an enormous Jota goal there for Birmingham City. Lost 8 in a row, remember. One man it could come down to is Jonathan Grant. Since he got in out of the team, they've lost every single game. I've only lost 9 in a row, twice before in the history, 1922-3 and 1978-9. So really do need to get that one in the can. And
why did you sell Vardy?
Because I do keep bringing you these.
I just found someone better. He sort of, when I started playing it, there was like 10 games this weekend, yesterday, when I started playing FUT, he sort of dropped off a bit. First 5 games, he was getting goal after goal after goal after goal. But then he sort of just dropped off and did absolutely nothing. Even though we were winning the games, he did absolutely nothing. He wouldn't get forward when I told him to get forward. He wouldn't get back when I told him to get back. I don't know.
That's over.
There's just something about him that I was not liking anymore. And then I sort of tried out Wayne Rooney, his normal card, for 5 games. And he was, even though we lost games, honestly, he's been magnificent. And then FUT Birthday came out.
They had a dreadful run.
Then FUT Birthday came out. And I'd seen that Wayne Rooney had got a FUT Birthday card. And I thought, right, this is going to be mine. Then I looked at how to do it, and it took me all night and 3 hours of this morning to do it.
But they're back on course there. I think we might have a bit of action elsewhere, Jason.
We do indeed. Yes, now let's take you to Griffin Park. I think there's a goal. Lindsay Hooper.
There is, and it's gone to the visitors who are pushing for promotion. It's Brentford 0, Middlesbrough 1, and it came against the run of play, and partly this goal down to the persistence of Stuart Downing.
Need a better CDM, yeah.
On a ball, he managed to drag it out to the edge of the box. The ball picked up by Traore and a smashing.
Yo, what's up, Andrew the Best? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream, mate.
Borough 1.
And a 17th goal for Kyle Lafferty. Hearts in front against Partick. And we have our first Premier League goal of the afternoon. Richard Ascombe.
We do. It has gone to Crystal Palace. James Tompkins with the final touch. Poked it in after a corner. Huddersfield Town failed to clear the danger. And there was Tompkins, the big centre-half, to poke the ball into the net. A crucial goal for Crystal Palace. Can Huddersfield Town respond now?
Tompkins.
It's Huddersfield Town 0, Crystal Palace 1.
It's a poacher's goal from a centre-half, Alex.
Exactly the kind of goal a centre-half would want.
yeah.
Tap in a bit, they're a little bit...
How's life? Life's going great, mate.
Cross from the corner.
Yeah, Toby, mate, that's perfectly fine. I'll see you in a bit. I've got to make you thingy now.
The 6-yard box. There's a bit of a scramble, there's a couple of deflections and Tompkins.
Right, Toby, are you going to stay for the packs? We've got to open some packs for a little bit. Well, not for a little bit, we've got to open some reward packs.
Good ball in, great delivery, whipped in with pace, and yeah, he's the first one to react.
I think they've got to be brave, don't you?
They've
got to be brave. Someone's got to go and throw the head at it. It's down there, they've turned the back a little bit, the two defenders going in for the initial ball. But as you just said, Tompkins has reacted well and vital goal for
But this is huge now for Palace, isn't it? Because this is absolutely massive. This is a game changer for them.
Oh, massively, yeah. And they have to hold on to that now, because that's when you're at your most vulnerable, when you've just scored a goal. So they need to make sure that they're tight and compact. And
what do we get?
Great goal.
45k.
Pop to Stoke City. I think
banging.
Penalty shot, Robin Cowan.
That's the best reward. Banging.
Coleman with a cross
on the
right-hand side.
Let's see what you get. Right, here we go.
Near to him, but he did have his arm out, so Coleman did ask the question. It was
Come on, boys.
by the referee, Martin Atkinson. Apologies, Jason, because my vision is now starting to blur. It is snowing like anything here, and as the ball is being passed around, it's now making tracks in the ground. Difficult to see. I'll do what I can.
Well done. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on it too, Robin, and yeah, you've got your work.
Alright, this is the pack. Please give me a FUT Birthday player or a man of the match. Please, just be a ball at least. Please. Yes. It's a FUT Birthday! Come on! Who is it? Blassie! Yes! Yes, boys! What a pack! I love that, that's great. Anyone else?
That's the debate.
Leno, Lopez, that is a brilliant pack.
If you're putting your arm up like that, it's like you're moving towards the ball, so I would say that is intentional.
I don't know how much he goes for.
Last week, where you thinking to yourself, you know, I keep saying it, I'm bored of my own voice.
Oh, do I try it? The thing is, his finishing looks terrible.
If the ball hit your hand in the box, it was a penalty. Isn't it about time we just relax the law and just say, look, ball hit your hand, not great for you as a defender, Alex.
Terrible.
You know, but it just clears everything up.
And it makes it easy.
I will, if I sell these players, I'm around 200k.
Then
I get the things from there. Ooh, 200. I will move like 100k off Owen.
Day when if the ball hit your hand in the box, it was a penalty.
I do remember those days very well. West Brom, by the way, really making tracks on Bournemouth here. I've been impressed with how they've started. They've had another chance since you were last with me. Cross on the left-hand side. Ron met it.
FUT Birthday, that's what I like to see.
Getting down to his left-hand side.
I mean, it could have been a better one, but I don't really care at this rate. You know what, we'll do another draft. We'll do another draft.
Jakob fires one wildly over the top
I just want to do a
After the first 25 minutes of that game, they were excellent. And you thought, hang on a second, has this team got something about them in terms of being able to stay up? They've started in similar fashion here. The trouble is, last Saturday they faded. They need to ensure they don't do the same.
Good afternoon for Hearts so far. Stephen Naismith has scored their second against Partick. Luton Town level at Newport County. And a goal at Carrow Road. Mark Webber.
Are we on for a repeat of the 7-1? 26 minutes in, Norwich 2, Reading 0. Similar sort of goal. James Maddison with the corner. Grant Hanley this time staying strong. Header right in the area. Norwich City 2, Reading 0.
Excellent start for Norwich City. Let's pop to Molineux, Tony Husband.
Wolves one up here and pressing at the moment towards the Burton penalty area. But in the last few minutes, I must say Burton have played their way back into it. Wolves sitting a little bit deep, playing their way out of danger, and a little bit misplaced with some of their passing.
Yes, then.
Deep areas, set up an opportunity which Lloyd Dyer tried
see what we get in this
away
pack.
for, but it was blocked. So at the moment it is Wolves leading to the
What a board.
by a goal.
That'd be fine.
Is there any light at the end of the tunnel for Sunderland? Amy Barber.
Sandeep, welcome to the stream, mate. How you doing?
Hardly saved for a corner, then right
Welcome
off
back,
the other
mate.
end.
Welcome
Preston
back.
went Barclays and was denied by a brilliant save from Lee Camp. I thought that meant the game was going to spring into life, but unfortunately that's about as good as it's got. Preston dominating, but still goalless.
Let's take you to St Andrews because Ivor Gaskell, we're looking at
Came in the stream. Yeah, mate, honestly, you didn't even have to come in the stream, honestly.
Oh yes, I mean I don't want to keep dwelling on the snow, but it is a feature here because the whole of the pitch is white at the moment, literally a blanket of snow on the pitch. We've got a substitution. Craig Gardner's going off. That's a big miss for Birmingham, influential in the middle of the park for them. They lead 1-0, Yotta with it. The players doing well in these difficult conditions. And Harry Wilson, Hull are starting to settle. He's just whistled one just wide. Try saying that one.
Rochdale 23rd, they start the day today. Andrew Cannon has equalised for them against Wimbledon, 1-1 there. Let's take you to Griffin Park, Lindsay Hooper.
We've caught up here as well now, Jason, with the snow. It's coming down at Griffin Park. Brentford 0, Borough 1. Traore with a really good finish to put the visitors in front. But two great chances for Neil Maupau in front of the Brentford goal. Now, there was a really good chance for him in the early exchanges in this game. A lovely whip ball. He flung his body at it, but couldn't quite connect. And then a lofted ball as well went to the far end of the pitch. And it was Maupau again that struck over from about 8 yards. So Brentford not without their chances here. Brentford 0, Borough 1.
So with Borough doing so well this afternoon, you have to be blunt, Hamish Marshall, and this is a must-win for Bristol City.
Yeah, Borough's the team that Bristol City have really got to catch. They started 3 points behind them and an inferior goal difference, and there's been little sign
there we go.
Bristol City
See if we can get this pack.
do anything about that this afternoon.
I don't really care who we get. I don't really care. Don't really care, guys.
That was Bobby Reed's shot from 20 yards, but it was straight at the Ipswich.
We know it's going to be an inform.
And maybe one for the editor of this programme. In this first half, a little sign
Serbian,
of
centre forward, Kostic.
That
That isn't even a bad player. That's a good pack. I'm very, very happy with that.
Also in the hunt for that playoff place.
Yes, goalless here against Nottingham Forest, but they should be
Finishing's a
leading.
bit terrible.
Jason,
We can
Leon
fix
Clark,
that.
who I said earlier on, having
Fix
scored since New Year's Day, really should have done 13th minute. John Fleck,
Actually, wait, that makes it easier.
by the far post, and instead of heading it in, he headed it back across goal, and Nottingham Forest managed to clear it. It is snowing, it doesn't seem to be landing. We have started, maybe we won't finish. 0-0.
Maybe. I tell you what we should do. We need to go to Stoke City because man sent off Robin Coward.
Stoke City down to 10 men. Martin Atkinson didn't give himself any time at all to produce the red card. A challenge on Wayne Rooney. Just waiting for the replay here. It is Charlie Adams who just let the ball. Oh yes, he let the ball run. It's one of those where they're trying to get the back. He has launched in two-footed on Wayne Rooney. Yeah, it's a nasty one, and Charlie Adams
should have more stuff. Andrew, thank you, mate. I do honestly, I do really appreciate. Sorry, excuse me. I do really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much.
0-0, Stoke down to 10.
Robin, just before you go, just clear this up for us because we're looking at pictures of Shaqiri with his gloves off, walking off the pitch. Now, is that a substitution, or do we think the referee's made a gross error here?
No, he hasn't made an error. Shaqiri is still on the pitch. I think he just had to walk away because he was incredulous at the decision, really upset. And so it's 0-0 and 10 men on the pitch. Shaqiri is still there, just trying to rouse the troops, and it's 0-0.
Okay, thank you very much indeed.
Let's just get into another draft, shall we?
It
Why
seems
not?
to be getting interesting and a little bit heated there as well. But referee, no option whatsoever.
He was out of control. Yeah. It's a stupid tackle from a man with Charlie Adams' experience. He's gone slightly over the top on Wayne, and yeah, it's a bad tackle. It's a sending off for me.
Yeah, it's a definite sending off. It's a bad touch from him. So as he's trying to make amends for it, he goes over the top of the ball and completely catches Wayne Rooney.
So
he
late.
down.
Can you see why there's a little confusion? Because it looked as if Jordan Shaqiri was walking off.
Honestly, guys, thank you very much on it. I do really appreciate it.
When the referee brandishes the red card.
I think he knows how important that sending off is. The fact that they're now down to 10 men, they've got to play against Everton. They need a result desperately.
Is there anything that I could like improve on this channel, guys? Anything that I could improve to be better? If not, don't worry, guys.
There's lots
Honestly,
of players pushing and shoving each other a moment ago. Seems to have settled down now. The reason being, Adam Smith collecting the ball inside the West Brom half. First touch was heavy. The second he went flying into
what's this, Andrew? What do you mean? What am I seeing?
Who won the ball? Smith catching Livermore late. Adam Smith then on the back end of that challenge has been rolling around on the ground for the last couple of minutes. He's back on his feet now. Having got back up, he got booked, but that just caused issues between the West Brom and the Bournemouth players because things were just getting a little spicy out there. But referee Graham Scott has settled the situation down. He's cautioned Adam Smith, who's going to be okay to continue, and that's good news for Bournemouth because remember they've already lost Simon Francis through injury in this first half as well.
Needs to get a hold of that game, certainly. We've had 2 goals of Carrow Road and another one, Mark Webber.
We have now Reading fancy their chances. Norwich 2, Reading 1.
How long have we been playing FIFA today? You on about today? I've been playing FIFA pretty much since I woke up at like 7 o'clock. But if you mean the whole time, then I've been playing FIFA since FIFA 10, I think it was.
In front at Oldham
I believe so.
Brett Pittman with a goal on 29 minutes. Back to Alan Rowe, James Tanner.
0-0, 32 minutes gone. Decent game this. Both sides have had decent chances. Reach has had a couple of saves, a couple of chances well saved by the young keeper Peacock Farrell, but really Ekuban should have put leads ahead. Very clever training ground free kick. He's it 6 yards out in front of goal. Hits the goalkeeper. 0-0.
And our feature match in League One is at Glanford Park. Dan McCarthy.
Yeah, it's still Scunthorpe 1, Shrewsbury Town 0. And coming into this game, Scunthorpe had only won 1 game in the whole of 2018, conceding the most goals in the process. Shrewsbury, on the other hand, had won the last 4, so it really isn't going the way that the bookies would have thought. Scunthorpe have had the best chance since going 1-0 up as well. A crashing volley from Dwayne Holmes onto the crossbar. Shrewsbury have been forced into a change as well. Ben Godfrey had to go off injured. Interesting change. They brought on Stephen Payne to go 4-4-2.
Honestly, mate, it doesn't really matter if you're not that good. Honestly, you could still earn coins and stuff like that by easy coins. Trust me.
They are indeed looking to
play the offline draft. That's personally what I would do. Play the offline draft. Sell everything you get in the draft. Literally everything, because 83 rated are going up, and when you get an 84 rated player, their price is like 10,000 coins. So personally, if you get a board, you have pretty much made money. That's a board in one of the packs, you've made money. That's in my opinion anyway. I'm playing online because I feel like I can it pushes myself, but when I'm playing terrible players, then
And Brentford
I find it too easy. But teams like this, if this guy is good, he will give me a test, and that's what I want to see. I want people to test me. I want to test my FIFA skills. So yeah, just do what you think is good for you. You know, like
wave of attack from Brentford.
You know what I mean?
He managed to pick up the ball on the edge of the box.
Just play to the best of your ability. That's all I can ask.
Brentford level at 1 goal apiece.
And let's go back to the Bet365 stadium. Robin Cowan, has Paul Lambert shuffled his pack in any way?
He hasn't, no. I just think they'll try and see this one out with 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go between Stoke and Everton. 0-0. It's a real shame because they've won this game, Stoke City, and this is what was described as a must-win by Paul Lambert before the game, and they've really given themselves a huge mountain to climb, down to 10 men so early on in the game.
I do have 20k, should I do a draft?
Is it still 1-0 at John Smith Stadium, Richard?
Yeah, I would say do a draft. I would say do an offline draft, set it to the highest of your ability and test yourself.
but they're a little bit
I would say test yourself. Don't go out and do ultimate, because if you say you're not that good, then don't. It's stupid. Even if you're good enough, you're probably not that bad. But even if you are on a level of being professional, on the what's it called, the FIFA terms, then be professional.
If you are of a West Brom persuasion, that incident I was talking about earlier.
Then, or even if you think you're good enough professional, go up to what is it, world class next. Test yourself on world class.
And then 2 minutes later, Jordan Ives seemingly ran the ball out of play for a West Brom corner.
You don't know until you try. You don't know until you test your FIFA abilities. That's what I've done for the rest of my life. The rest of my life to start playing professional. So if you play professional, my advice for you would play in world class.
Does rain, but it pours. Norwich 3, Reading
Playing world class. That's what I'm going to say to you now.
Brought down.
Test yourself.
Yellow card, the keeper. Penalty goes to Maddison, and he strikes it with a plumb. Norwich 3, Reading 1.
And amazingly, no win in their last 7 games, Norwich City, Mark Clement.
Yeah, and Reading as well. Goodness gracious me. They started the day 28 points below what they had at this point last season.
Professionals getting easy, yeah.
They just 1 win in 18 for Yapstan's
As I said, just move up to world class, test yourself. If it's too hard, just carry on playing it. Even if it does take stuff off your record, if it takes like losses on your record, it doesn't really matter. To me, records are nothing. Records show nothing of your ability.
After 9 in their previous 12, they've been on a dreadful run.
You could have 1,000 losses on FIFA Ultimate Team and still be a pro like DH Tex. It doesn't matter what your loss record is, doesn't matter what you win. You could have 1 loss but play the best game of your life. Yeah, see, I'm now playing FIFA just for fun. That's all I'm saying now. I just want. If people ask me, oh yeah, FIFA's getting a bit boring now, I go with a friend on PS4. Bro, what's your name?
Still without a manager. Derek Fazackerley still caretaking there, and I think we've brought you just about up to date. But Rochdale just starting to get back into it against Wimbledon. No home league wins in their last 5. Obviously went on that glorious run to 5th down the FA Cup, but not really doing it in the league this season. Here's where we are in League 2. If you are just joining us, it finished Lincoln 3, Grimsby 1 in the early kick-off, or one of the early kick-offs. Just 5 points to 51 for Grimsby Town. Worst run in the whole of the top 4 divisions. Mansfield got an equaliser against Notts County in the 9th minute of added on time, a Kane Hemmings penalty. Accrington Stanley, as you've heard in our featured game, 1-0 up from the get-go. 11 wins in the last 13 before the day. I was with their manager John Coleman this week, to say the least, having been there since 1999 and having brought them through 3 promotions already over the last couple of decades. He is absolutely buoyant at the moment. Jason mentioned Luton's form with what had happened. I was just looking through 2 league wins in 8 of late for them, though they have pulled level through that Dan Potts goal. And I just wanted to flag up as well a couple of the other stories we're keeping an eye on today. Luke Norris on the score sheet, his 13th goal of the season. Phil Brown's debut in charge of Cambridge, and also that Stevenage are 1-0 up at Port Vale. I'm mentioning that because they have one of the most dreadful away records in the whole of football. Lost 11 of their last 13, but 1-0 up through that Luke Amos goal. And I'm just noticing on my screen there, did I see? Yeah, Exeter have taken the lead through Piers Sweeney. They're 1-0 up at Morecambe. Exeter, of course, going for a playoff place, and also Carlisle ahead as well. That Richard.
It's a penalty, surely.
Yep, you are slap bang up to date. The one scoreline that Mark didn't give you there was, of course, in the Scottish Premiership, that Aberdeen are 1-0 up. Right. Okay, let's just talk about League One, because the race for promotion in League One is going well for you today with Shrewsbury Town getting beaten anyway. But the games are stacking up for Wigan Athletic, and that's down to the FA Cup as well. But what's going on? Like? Do you think it's fair to say that maybe that you have had one eye on the FA Cup, and maybe that's why the league form has slipped up?
Yeah, we slipped a little bit. Mixture of the two, really. Cup competition and the conditions. Obviously, we had a few games called off as well, but it's a good result for us so far. Shrewsbury getting beat. Hopefully that'll stay the same. But they do
That is good.
Bloody hell,
yeah,
snowstorm.
Very good.
Good man. Okay. Let's go back then to the John Smith Stadium. Richard Askham.
Still 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Huddersfield Town dominating possession at the moment.
I don't know whether you guys
with more than 80% possession in that match. But they're having the bulk of the ball. Can't quite find that killer pass though. Their playmakers Pritchard and Moy.
I don't think you guys can see. It is snowstorming outside. Snowstorming like mad.
They had a chance just a moment ago. Andros Townsend firing over after good work from Christian Benteke, and they still lead by that James Tompkins goal.
Ellis Harrison's got his 14th goal of the season. He's Bristol Rovers' top scorer this season. They lead Plymouth again by 2 goals to 1 in League One. Right, is somebody injured at the Bet365, Robin Cowan?
Cenk Tosun for Everton has just taken one a bit
snow.
late. By
Yeah, bro, whereabouts? Have you got so much? Have you got a lot of snow where you live as well, mate?
Got to his feet. I've got to be honest, there hasn't really been too much difference in the pattern of play and the majority of possession or whoever team has dominated since Stoke have gone behind, and that's to their credit, and also to Everton. They haven't really taken advantage of being a man up on Stoke so far. Perhaps they'll get some words of wisdom from Sam Allardyce to see if they can do that in the second half. A good cross though by Seamus Coleman, whipped into the far post, no one there to tuck it away for Everton. 0-0.
We were just saying it's getting tasty at the top of League One. We have a penalty at Glanford Park. Dan McCarthy.
Yeah, it's a penalty for Scunthorpe, a really slack bit of defending from Shrewsbury. It was just a simple corner that went in, and Carlton Morris had his arms all over his opposite number 9, Ivan Toney, just hauled him to the ground, and it's a penalty to Scunthorpe. It's going to be Josh Morris to take it. He's just stepping up now, potentially to get his second of the game, and it'd be good news for you, Alex, if Scunthorpe do get this goal. About to step up. The referee just telling everybody to get out of the box, not encroach. What can Josh Morris do? Referee just about to blow his whistle. Morris steps up, and it's been saved by the goalkeeper Dean Henderson. A really poor penalty from Josh Morris, straight down the middle. Henderson saved it, still 1-0.
And so Josh Morris stays on 12 goals for the season. There's been a goal at Molineux in the Championship. Tony Husband.
Wolves are 2-0 up now, and Benikafobia scored a second goal in a week. The man who's in his second spell here, on loan from Bournemouth for the rest of the season, and he looked an accomplished, confident player, the kind of player you haven't seen at Bournemouth, as he slotted away this from the edge of the penalty area. Again, it was about the through ball between the lines, catching Burton out, and now they've got a mountain to climb here. Wolves lead 2-0.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Richard Askham, but are Palace playing with 5 at the back?
Palace are playing with 5 at the back at the moment. Yeah, they're dropping Luka Milojevic in between James Tompkins and Mamadou Sakho. He's just moved at the moment back into midfield. But when they're defending in their
focus.
Third,
that's all I say. Focus. Get your head in the game.
The back line. They're also interchanging up front, Jason,
as
well. It's very interesting to see Wilfried Zaha one moment on the left, and he's playing centre forward. Christian Benteke has come in for a lot of criticism, hasn't he, this season? But he's holding the ball up well so far for Palace. That's been one of the keys, and one of the reasons why they do still lead by that goal to 0.
Let's zip very quickly to the Vitality. There's a free kick, Chris Wise.
There is, and it's for the home side, 5 yards outside West Brom's penalty area, left of centre. Stanislas and Daniels over it. I just wonder which of these two will deliver. The right boot of Stanislas it will be, and he actually goes for goal, tried to deceive Ben Foster at his near post, but the man in all green was quickly and sharply down to his right-hand side to deny him.
Well,
there was a big gap actually that
if you don't win it, it's just set everything,
right-hand side, but he covered
if you don't win it, it's fine.
Yeah, comfortable save.
You can still make coins off of it.
Well, Everton are trying to probe here. Cenk Tosun, his touch just lets him down the edge of the area as Idrissa Gana Gueye goes through a piggyback ride on Badu Njai. It looks like we're going to head into the break 0-0. But something I've noticed, I'm not sure if it is because he, I wouldn't say get Charlie Adams sent off, but every time Wayne Rooney gets the ball, I know he's not a stranger to booing, but if he's being booed because he was on the end of a dreadful tackle by Charlie Adam, I must question that from the Stoke fans. It's 0-0.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Sue, what Paul Lambert is going to say and do at half-time.
Well, I think Everton haven't really capitalised on being a man up at the moment, and Stoke are doing quite well.
Yeah, just sell everything, mate. Honestly, just sell everything.
Great, but they've delivered some quite good quality.
I believe in you. Believe in you, Andrew.
Keep doing that, really.
Believe in you.
Everton have to capitalise, don't they? It's a game that they must win in this situation of theirs.
Yeah, but Stoke City have it all to do. Right, we'll come back to this in just a moment. Another goal at Molineux. 3-0, Tony Husband.
No, 2-1, and Burton, who failed to score at 6 of their last 7, well, they're on target.
Scored!
Goal, but it doesn't matter. A corner broke to Lloyd Dyer, struck it back and went through a mass of players and caught John Ruddy out in the Wolves goal. And just before half-time, Burton back in the game, 2-1.
Coventry City, could they nick a playoff place this season? They are back in front against Crewe Alexandra. Tom Bayliss with a goal, and Portsmouth looking good. Brett Pittman, their top scorer, has scored again. They lead Oldham Athletic by 2-0. How Sunderland would love a goal, Lily Barber.
I would also love a goal. I'm actually wishing the half-time whistle, because this has just been utterly dreadful stuff this first half. Adam Matthews with I guess you can call it a shot on target a few minutes ago, is about as exciting as it got. Sunderland are trying to press for a goal, though. They have the ball in the box, but again, it's snuffed out. That pretty much sums up this afternoon goal list so far.
Ailey, thank you very much. Right, we've been talking about the snow. You can see the pictures for yourself. Here they come. Have some sympathy for Robin Cowan, who's having to put up with this dreadful snow.
Oh, it's a glamorous job, isn't it? 0-0. The headline from that first half, though, a dreadful challenge by Charlie Adam off the ground with his studs showing on Wayne Rooney. The referee had no choice but to give him the red card. Real shame for Paul Lambert. He'll despair, because Stoke City were well in that game. Crouch twice off target from good positions. Everton haven't yet used their man advantage to great effect. Their best chances actually came before the sending off. Davis should have done better from a free header from Wayne Rooney's free kick. He put that over the bar. And they also had a decent penalty shout. Coleman's cross struck the arm of Stefanidis. Everton will be confident of a rare away win going into the second half. I'm going to see if I can get some more feeling back in my toes. It's 0-0.
Yeah, get yourself a nice cup of tea. Thank you very much indeed, Robin. Let's just stay on these pictures for just one moment. And Sue Smith, let me ask you once again, Martin Atkinson, totally right call, right decision?
Completely right decision, and he just seemed red missed. Charlie Adam, he bad touch out of his feet and over the ball, and with a man of his experience, he needs to just think about things, because
world class professional. So do world class, mate. Do world class, Andrew.
His team are down to 10 men, and they've got to play pretty much the majority of the first half and the second half like that. You'd be gutted as a teammate.
Do world class.
Alex, when something like this happens, given the
same for everyone.
Stoke City and Paul Lambert find themselves in, when Charlie Adam makes a ridiculous decision.
Sorry, I just went downstairs. My dad was just been asleep. I wanted to wake him up for working an hour, so.
I think it'll be a mixture of the two. I think there'll be the temperature of the dressing room will be a little bit frosty, to say the least. I think a few players will have a go at him, but as you've just touched on there, man of his experience, to go into a tackle like that when you've lost possession of the ball, so stupid, and he's going to let his teammates down.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we'll go back there very shortly after we go to the John Smith Stadium, half-time. Richard Ascombe.
Huddersfield 0, Palace 1. Crystal Palace with a returning Wilfried Zaha at the heart of everything have had. Much more of a cutting edge. Zaha and James MacArthur both had chances before James Tompkins put them in the lead. The big defender poking in from a corner after Huddersfield had failed to clear the danger. Huddersfield have been full of running. Colin Kwana back in the side today has provided a threat down the right for David Wagner's men, but they haven't been able to create much in terms of clear-cut chances. Johan Kavai has come on for the injured Jeffrey Schlupp for Palace, another key player available to Roy Hodgson after long-term injury, and his team looks strong and in control.
And you've picked out two players who've been magnificent this afternoon, Alex.
Yeah, Tompkins and Saka have been very, very good, the two centre-halves. When you score an early goal away from home in the position that Palace are in, they're going to come under the cosh. The home team are going to come out of it, and you want your centre-halves to have a good game. And the three of them, with Milojevic in there dropping in, they've been very strong.
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we? The fact that they're playing with five at the back when Huddersfield are pressing, and actually they seem to be coping really, really well.
They do, and Huddersfield need to get Aaron Moy on the ball a little bit more, because he's the one that can unlock that defence. He's that quality player who's back from injury, he looks fit, he looks sharp, and they need to get him on the ball if they're going to create any opportunities.
Okay, we'll go around the Championship very, very shortly after we go to Chris Wise.
Goalless at half-time, Bournemouth 0, West Brom 0. To be honest with you, this one will do well to be anything but bottom on tonight's match of the day running order. If it continues a similar pattern in the second half, it hasn't been great, tepid at best. I'm loath to even call half chances for either side. Quarter opportunities for West Brom, a couple of Rondon headers that were very comfortable for Begovic. Bournemouth have tested Ben Foster, but only marginally from Charlie Daniels' long range effort. West Brom time running out really for them. Only 7 away goals in the Premier League all season. They need one here. They need 3 points. Otherwise, relegation is looking.
Oh dear, I thought it was having flipping half times.
Yeah, nothing to say about that. So let's take you straight into the Championship. Let's go to Molyneux. Tony Huntley.
Where it all looked pretty straightforward for Wolves. Nice finishes from Helder Costa and Benica Fobi, had them in charge. Both courtesy of lovely through balls, blowing open the Burton defence. Fobi's second goal in a week is sign of his growing confidence. Burton, though, who struggled for goals, back into the game just before the break. A Lloyd Dyer effort, found its way past John Ruddy, through a crowd to the corner, and gives the side in 23rd some hope against the leaders. 2-1 at half-time.
Come on,
Second bottom are Sunderland. Ailey Barber.
I really want to be positive about this, Jason, but both teams are guilty of combining to make this just a terrible spectacle. I can actually mention every shot on goal. There have been so few. Sunderland's Joel Asoro forced a decent save after getting the better of Davis, while Brian Oviedo and Adam Matthews have had efforts easily held by Chris Maxwell. Preston's only real chance came from Tom Barclays and Lee Camp doing really well to deny him. Callum Robinson also had a half-hearted claim for a penalty. It looked soft and was waved away. Not a lot more I can say about it really, but to end on a positive, it can only get better. At half-time, Sunderland 0, Preston 0.
We have sympathy with you. I think it's a little better with Ivan Gaskell at St Andrews.
Oh yes, I'm loving this, yes. And 4 seasons in one day weather-wise, and in a season Birmingham fans would sooner forget, I think. Things may just be taking a turn for the better here. They've dealt with the blizzards rather better than Hull, who are very much second best so far. Yotta sweeping home a Che Adams cross early on, and were it not for a string of Alan McGregor saves, Birmingham would be out of sight here. As it is, there's still some work to do. 1-0.
And to Ashton Gate, half-time, Hamish Marshall.
Bristol City 0, Ipswich 0. No goals, few chances to be honest. Bristol City really need to find a way into this game if they're to maintain their promotion push. Ipswich, they've got better as the half's gone on. Jordan Spence headed over and Callum Conley's header was saved by Frank Fielding. 0-0.
And what's happening at Griffin Park? Lindsay Hooper.
The half-time whistle has gone. There's obviously soups and hot drinks that everyone's rushed off for. Brentford 1, Borough 1, and Middlesbrough, they took a while to get into this game. A couple of early scares, and then Stuart Downing got the bit between his teeth. His persistence down the left flank was rewarded. The ball was laid off to Adama Traore. He smashed a shot past Daniel Bentley in the Brentford goal to go 1-0 up. And the bright spot for Brentford today, it's been Lewis McLeod making his first league start of the season, and a special afternoon for him. He's gone and scored his first Brentford goal. An initial shot was blocked, and then he got a second bite at it, hit low from 20 yards, making it 1-1. And Tony Pulis will not be wanting to drop any points here at Griffin Park today. The competition hotting up for 6th spot, with Millwall, Bristol City and Sheffield United rubbing their hands together at this half-time score.
Why is all my downward-headed goals
You're
offside?
absolutely right, Lindsay, and that's our next destination.
I'd like 4 down-headed goals offside now.
Absolutely, they do. They should have done in the South Yorkshire Snow. They've had more of the attacking play. Kostov Pantilimon on loan from Watford in the Forest goals. Made a couple of decent saves, one from Leon Clark and one from John Fleck. And those two combined for the chance of the half. Fleck's cross, Clark at the far post, should have headed it in. He didn't. He headed it across goal. They've just shown it on the big screen. Didn't get any better. It was a really bad miss. Goalless at half-time.
And what's happening at Carrow Road, Mark Webber? A very entertaining one.
Indeed, Norwich 3, Reading 1. In this game last year, Norwich was 6-1 up at half-time, though, so I don't know what they're slacking at. 2 goals have come from good corners by the much-watched James Maddison.
I'll be back. Yeah, honestly, mate, it's fine.
Now, Reading had a bit of a spark when Liam Kelly got one back, but that was blown away in the...
Andrew, mate, thank you for the subscription. I do really appreciate it.
Norwich 3, Reading 1.
And we haven't heard much from Derm Tanner. I wonder why at Allen Road.
Yes, not great. They just shaded an evenly matched and fairly dull first half of Lee's best chance of the game. Falling to strike it, Ekuban, a clever, intricate free kick, left him in front of goal, 6 yards out, should have scored. No wonder he's still looking for his first league goal. Wednesday's best chances come early and late. Peacock Farrell producing 2 good saves from Adam Reach, and then Sam Hutchinson thought he'd scored for Wednesday in time added on, but he was offside. Half-time, 0-0.
Let's just say our feature match in League One is going the way of Wigan Athletic, Dan McCarthy.
It certainly is, because Scunthorpe United are 1-0 up against Shrewsbury. The goal came early on from a free kick. Josh Morris took it. It looped in off Dean Henderson. I think I'm going to have to credit the assist with the mini beast from the east that's hit Scunthorpe.
Shrewsbury have offered very little. Scunthorpe could have doubled the tally with Morris, but his penalty was taken with very little conviction, and Henderson saved it. The groundsmen have been out to brush the snow off the pitch. They're certainly earning their money today. 1-0.
Well, MK Dons won 3-2 against Rotherham United at home on Tuesday, and they're ahead again today against bottom club Barry. Brett Pittman's brace has given Portsmouth the lead at Oldham Athletic. Bristol Rovers lead by 2-1 at informed Plymouth Argyle. Chris Lyons and Ellis Harrison with the visitors' goals, and Rochdale, winless in their last 5 home league matches, are level at half-time against fellow strugglers AFC Wimbledon. Our feature game in League 2 sees the leaders Accrington Stanley against Forest Green. John Watson.
Where an early goal warmed things up nicely here, Jason. It came from Callum Johnson. A lovely tap in from him after a cross from the right-hand side from Sean McConville. There was a penalty shout for Forest Green, which was waved away early on in that first half. It's been an open game, it's fair to say. No snow here at this stage, just a biting wind that's swirling around the Wham Stadium at the moment.
Thank you very much indeed, John. So far so good for New Swindon Town manager Phil Brown. His side lead at Cambridge United thanks to a 13th goal of the season for Luke Norris. Coventry City, another playoff chasing side ahead at half-time. Teenager Tom Bayliss scored their second goal at Crewe Alexandra. Second place Luton Town had recovered from conceding an early goal to go in at the break level with Newport County. Late drama in the early kick-off between promotion rivals Notts County and Mansfield. The visitors equalised in the 9th minute of stoppage time. The 9th minute of stoppage time with a Kane Hemmings penalty. Let's take a look at the Scottish Premiership then at half-time. Aberdeen are ahead against Dundee. Graham Sheeny with a goal. Goals from Carl Lafferty, Stephen Naismith, John Suter have given Hearts a 3-goal lead at the break against Partick Thistle. Rangers in Kilmarnock goalless. Bottom club Ross County lead against Hamilton Academical. It's Jamie Lindsay with the only goal there. And don't forget, you can see all the Premier League and FA Cup games on a special Match of the Day double bill tonight. Martin Keown and Shay Gibbon joining Dan in the studio. Tomorrow, what a Sunday we have. Live football all the way. On the sofa tomorrow, Wigan Athletic against Mark Hughes' new side Southampton, and Leicester City against Chelsea. Put the fire on, put the kettle on, and enjoy the live football with us. Now then, before all that, Manchester United face Brighton and Hove Albion live on 5 Live tonight. Second FA Cup quarter-final. Jose Mourinho faced a lot of criticism after their exit from the Champions League on Wednesday, and this was his lively response in Friday's news conference.
To run away, I'm not going to disappear, I'm not going to cry. Because I heard a few boos, I'm not going to disappear from the tunnel running immediately. The next match I will be the first to go out. You know, I respect the fans. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of my responsibilities. When I was 20 years old, I was nobody in football. I was somebody's son. You know, and now, with 55, I am what I am. I did what I did because of work, because of my talent, and because of my mentality. I could be in another country with a league in the pocket, the kind of league that you win even before the league starts. I could be, I'm not, I'm here. I'm here, and I'm going to be here. And no way I'm going to change my my mentality.
12 minutes defence of his Champions League record and Jose Mourinho. I think he used the phrase football heritage on 10 occasions. I don't think everyone is completely clear what he means by football heritage, but anyway, what did you make of it?
I listened actually to the whole 12 minutes and I couldn't make hardly any sense of it myself. It was a real strange one. I always think there's something underlying with Jose Mourinho, so I think when he does a press conference like that, I think is he trying to take it away from the players, is he trying to take it away from the poor performance in the Champions League, and I think that probably was a reason for him doing it. But yeah, sometimes he just speaks in riddles, doesn't he?
I think he just thinks people should respect him more. That's why he keeps coming out with these outbursts. We all know what he's done. We all know he's been fantastic at Chelsea, Real Madrid, Inter Milan. But it doesn't hide away from the fact that Manchester United should be doing better than they really have. And they should. And a lot of Man United fans would say they shouldn't be getting knocked out by Seville. Yeah. On the flip side of that, yes, granted, they weren't in the Champions League last season. Seville are a good team, but that doesn't shy away from the disappointment of being knocked out of the Champions League, and I think he has to accept it better.
But Alex, you know, I know that, you know, you follow United, for example, right? And looking on social media throughout the week, the thing that's angered the fans an awful lot is the line he used in the press conference straight after the game. I came here and won as a manager of Real Madrid. I came here and won as a manager of Porto. It's not a disaster. Well, quite frankly, to Manchester United supporters, it is a disaster to lose against Seville.
It doesn't really matter what you've done in the past, it's what you're doing now. And Man United has always had a big demand. We've seen it with Van Gaal, Moyes. If you're not doing it, you go. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter who you are. Louis Van Gaal had a hell of a track record as well. But Manchester United there's always going to be pressures, as I've just said. And I think Jose Mourinho, I'm not certainly going to sit here and tell him how to manage and all the rest of it, but I think he's got to handle his disappointment a little bit better than he's doing at the minute.
Okay, we'll come back to Jose Mourinho. If we have time, we'll talk about Jurgen Klopp as well, because he also had a bit of a rant yesterday. But in the meantime, let's go to Mark Clement, who, as yet, hasn't had a rant.
Not yet, but there's always time. We're still on air for another couple of hours, or an hour and a half at least, isn't there? Things to look out for in the second half. Well, obviously, Wolves trying to get 3 points over the line because Cardiff, 7 consecutive wins, narrowed the gap to 3, so they won't want to concede anymore against Burton. Middlesbrough 2 at one stage had gone up to 5th, but have slipped back down again. The manoeuvring will start for those playoff places. You wouldn't, for example, want to go to Fulham in the second leg of your playoffs. And similarly, the teams at the bottom, and I include Sunderland in this. I cannot believe it, despite Sunderland's truly wretched form, that they are still only 4 points from safety, which says to me, just get out there and win a couple in a row, and you still stand a chance, because there are other teams in equally poor form. Obviously, Birmingham are another one who really do need to hang on to the victory they've currently, well, got one hand on as things stand at the moment. Probably in League One, aside from looking to what Shrewsbury do in this second half and whether they can get back into their game at Glanford Park. Probably the big story of the day is MK Dons on the verge of a second consecutive win, because they'd only done one in the previous 18. They're just a point from safety under Dan Amici, their new coach, who had a quite dreadful start himself. He'd only taken 2 points from his first possible 21 until this week came around, so we'll keep an eye on how they do in the second half. And into League Two, and Accrington at the moment opening up a 3-point gap at the top of the table. Now I was looking back only a month, and Luton was 6 points clear at the top, so you know, Luton, can they get back into that game in the second half then? And also we should mention as well the two teams at the bottom, the Barnets and the Chesterfields at the moment. They're 6 points from safety, but when you look at the Grimsby of this world's form, just 5 points from 51, again, is this the day where they can get a vital victory and just try and narrow that gap, Jason?
Thank you very much indeed, Mark. Just looking at the screens, and it looks like the snow is now moving in to the John Smith Stadium, Richard Askham.
Yeah, Costa del Huddersfield, Jason. It is absolutely snowing now. Snowing into the press box as well. I know we shouldn't feel sorry for ourselves, but yeah, it is. It's freezing cold here. I wonder whether that will affect the game. It's blustery as well. Huddersfield have made a change, by the way. Chris Love is on for Scott Malone for them at left back, with terrible conditions. We'll see whether Huddersfield Town can pick it up. They're rather huffed and puffed in that first half, but we'll see whether they can pick it up and live up what is an excellent atmosphere despite the conditions. Just attacking down the left-hand side now. Here is Love on the ball, tries to get the cross away, but he's blocked by Tompkins. It remains Huddersfield 0, Crystal Palace 1.
They've taken a lot of fans away today, Crystal Palace, so well done them. Let's go to Chris Wise. And Chris, here's a question for you. Are you seeing enough fighting spirit in this West Bromwich Albion side?
I did last week for 25 minutes against Leicester City. Last 25 minutes last week, they looked like a team destined to go down. I think today they've defended solidly. Bournemouth have threatened rarely, and anything they have chucked at West Brom, they've dealt with it well. Their issue is goals. Rondon and Rodriguez have got 8 apiece so far this season. That's fine, but there aren't too many players chipping in from elsewhere, and I mentioned it before half-time, 7 goals away from home in the Premier League. They haven't won since their first Premier League game of the season away from home. That was at Burnley, so you can see their struggles, and frankly they need to start picking up some points. 8 points from safety, 8 games remaining. There isn't much to play with.
Yeah, not looking good at all. Let's go to the Bet365 Stadium. Robin Cowan, every time I look at this screen, Tom Davies is down.
Yeah, he's been in the walls today. He's down again inside the Stoke City penalty area. Took a bit of a whack from Jack Butland. No malice in it at all. Just came out to claim the ball. But he's a big lad, Jack Butland, and he just caught him in the side of the face. And Tom Davies, well, he's just lying flat on his back, just sitting up now. It looks a bit of a hefty challenge, so it might take a while to see if he can carry on here. There's a few people, a few of the substitutes are warming up, so perhaps a first change for Sam Allardyce. It remains 0-0. Remember, Stoke down to 10.
And there's a chance for Bournemouth as we speak. And West Bromwich Albion, they are making a good fist of this, Alex, aren't they?
They are. They're defending well. They're defending deep and then trying to hit on the counter-attack. It's opened up. It's quite an open game.
It's gone end to end, isn't it?
It's helter-skelter, and there's been half chances for both teams.
Yeah, and I said early on I wanted to see a little bit of fight in West Brom's side. I hadn't seen that. Apart from probably the first 25 minutes when they went a goal up against Leicester, but they seem to have a bit of fight in this game, and they're defending quite well. So they just need that goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's go around the Championship grounds then. Let's start at the Stadium of Light. Lady Barber.
Yeah, just underway here, and Preston with almost a chance. Josh Earl with a ball across the face of goal, and it just was too far ahead of Robinson, who was lurking and couldn't get a touch on it. We've just had our little blizzard, which has come and just left us, but it has left a nice little bit of white snow around the pitch, so things getting pretty wintry here as well, and let's hope it picks up on the pitch. It's still goalless.
Wow, we've got a very big goal at the Vitality Stadium. Chris Wise, we said it was opening up.
And there is the fight that Sue was talking about 4 minutes into the second half. It is West Brom who score away from home. A collector's treat. Rodriguez has got it. Ball out to the left-hand side where Kieran Gibbs collected it. Gibbs did well because he just stood the ball up towards the far post. Then it was on Rondon to keep it alive, who climbed above Ake, and Rodriguez inside the 6-yard box. You'd argue a little too easy for him to escape the attentions of Steve Cook, but once he'd spun him, he crashed it into the unguarded net. West Brom lead 1-0.
It is terrific work from Kieran Gibbs on the left-hand side. We'll talk about that goal in just a moment with Alex and Sue. Goal at St Andrews in the Championship. Ivan Gaskell.
Yes, we're 2.5 minutes into the second half, and Birmingham have taken an even firmer grip on a game that was very much theirs for the taking here. I mentioned that Alan McGregor, the Hull keeper, had kept his side in the game here. Well, he's just had an absolute shocker. Grasping at thin air as Che Adams made a speculative half-cross, half-shot, far corner. It went in, McGregor head in hands, as with the rest of their bench. And they've got an uphill battle here, Hull. A great boost for Birmingham, 2-0.
Dougie Imrie has got his 6th goal of the season for Hamilton. They are level. Hallam Hope, Carlisle United leading scorer, has put them 2-0 up against Crawley Town. And a huge goal in the Championship. Which way? Ailey Barber.
Sunderland fans look away now. Preston have taken the lead here, and from a defensive point of view, it's an absolute shocker. It was a free kick, lofted into the back post, and Sean Maguire was the quickest to react. He was with a diving header right at the back post, somehow squeezed it in between the goalkeeper and the post, and Preston take a 1-goal lead. It is dire stuff for Sunderland at the moment. They trail by a goal to 0.
So Preston North End's slim playoff hopes are still in the balance. But goodness me, Sunderland, when you look at the situation and the games they've got left, Alex and Sue, do you think it's curtains for Chris Coleman?
Yeah, definitely. I went to the game recently up at Sunderland against Aston Villa, and I just don't see how they're going to survive. They've got no threat. The supporters, it made it a very, very difficult place to play. They were nervous. I just don't really think there's any way back for them.
Sue?
I totally agree. I think they look poor. And I think Preston North End, I've watched them a couple of times this season, and they've been good, and I think they're looking for that top 6 playoff place. So that was a difficult place.
If they make the top 6, a lot of the other clubs around them will not want to play Preston North End because they are a very good side. Let's just talk about that goal for West Bromwich Albion, because it's terrific work, isn't it, from Kieran Gibbs?
Great wide play from him. Just beats his man, dinks it to the far post. Rondon does well, wins the ball in the air. It's Rodriguez again. It's that desire to get into the box. Good first touch out of his feet and just passes it into the net. Good, cool confidence.
I think that's what the vital word in the goal. Desire. Rondon has got above Ake. I think Ake's got to do a little bit better. And then Steve Cook has reacted slower. And
And that's with Begovic. He's got no chance, is he?
No chance. Oh, no, not
from there whatsoever.
No, because he was right in the area. It was a good first touch to take it out of his feet, and he just passes it. Just watching it again, just passes it into the corner of the net. Yeah, goalkeeper had no chances.
That means it's Stoke City, the only destination with no goals so far in the Premier League. Just the 3 games today because of the FA Cup. Robin Cowan.
And Sam Allardyce will be really disappointed if that stat stays the same for his side. They're playing against 10 men. They'll have played with just 10 men, Stoke City, for 2/3 of the game. Here comes the substitute, Calvert-Lewin. He's been put on for the injured Tom Davis. He looks like he's trying to insert some impetus into this Everton side, but credit to Stoke so far. They haven't really looked like they're a man down. 0-0.
Hamilton on a pretty good run. Now they are 2-1 up at Ross County. Marius Ogbo with a goal on 52 minutes. Let's go back to Glanford Park. Goal there in League One. This is fascinating. Dan McCarthy.
Yes, Shrewsbury have found the equaliser 7 minutes into the second half. It was lovely play in midfield. A ball played into the box. Carlton Morris was strong up against the defender. John Nolan made a breakthrough from midfield and a really smart left-footed finish underneath the goalkeeper Matt Gill. Scunthorpe 1, Shrewsbury 1.
Yeah, not good news that for Wigan Athletic, is it, Alex? No.
So.
Okay, he's effectively saying move on.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Johnston Stadium, which that's good.
Yeah, Alex wasn't biting on that one, was he, Jason? Yeah, Huddersfield Town are responding, but they can't quite find that final ball in the final third. Colin Quaner down this right-hand side has been a powerful athletic presence for them, but Steve Mounier hasn't really had a sniff, the centre forward in front of goal. Palace defending pretty well at the moment. You just think that maybe on the break they may spring a second. They're just on the break now, just going to stick with this. James McArthur slots in Christian Benteke. Central position just outside the box. Is he brought down? Mike Dean says no. That was a very, very good shout for a penalty. Benteke just cutting inside his marker. And he went to the floor, but Mike Dean, the referee, says no penalty. But that an example, Jason, of just how quickly Crystal Palace can spring on the break.
And you've got to say, no penalty.
No, not for me. Benteke's got to be looking for it.
Yeah, he's gone looking for that.
Yeah, Benteke cuts inside and he just feels the arm on his shoulder and just goes down far too easily.
That would have been ridiculously soft. Let's go to the Vitality Stadium where, Chris Weiser, looks like Alan Pardew's formation is 11-0-0.
Pretty much, to be honest. He's opted to play 3 centre-halves today, and it's worked reasonably well in terms of nullifying Bournemouth. The team's falling behind to that Rodriguez goal have probably played their best football and looked their most dangerous as they have at any other point in this game. They're asking the questions now. They had an opportunity through Steve Cook, the centre-half, spinning inside the penalty area and firing a good 5 yards over the top. But Bournemouth look a little more lively, though Adam Smith has just dropped to the ground on the far side of the pitch. Remember, he picked up a knock in the first half. They already have lost Simon Francis, a full-back through injury, and they might be about to lose another, so this could be bad news for Eddie Howe's team. And
it looks like a hamstring injury as well, and it looks like as if he's saying that, yeah, he can't carry on. We'll keep you posted on that. What a game in the Championship at Carrow Road for Mark Webber.
Here we go again, Norwich 3, Reading 2. Liam Kelly, ball in. Sam Smith, right place, right time in the area. No Norwich players around him. This is going to be their Achilles heel because it allowed him to tap home.
How'd the first game go, man? How'd it go?
Ben Kennedy with a goal
then
for Stevenage at Port Vale. They lead by 2-0. For Molineux, Tony Husband.
We're early in the second half, although there was a more delayed start than the other game. So we're only 6 minutes into this second period as the referee has drawn his attention to a foul on a Wolves defender, just as you come to me. The Burton manager, Nigel Clough, has made 2 changes at half-time, and he's changed his formation as well. He started the day with 3 at the back, playing the wing-back system, but he's brought Luke Varney and Joe Sparrow on, and McFadden and Sordell have gone off, and he's gone to a flat-back 4. They haven't really had any play since, and so it's still Wolves very much on the front foot, and leading 2-1. 7.5 minutes in the second half.
So that's at the top of the division.
7-2,
at the bottom
the
is Sunderland. Any response from
still,
them?
when you're on world class
No,
and
they're
you're winning
very lucky not to be 2
by
goals
7
down,
goals.
to be honest, and the only person who will be able to tell you why they're not 2 goals down is Callum Robinson himself. It was a perfect ball
honestly.
across the box.
Winning 7-2 is a brilliant score on world class.
The net, and somehow he completely missed the ball. I've not seen a replay. I'm not sure how he managed that, but he had an absolute open goal for Callum Robinson. He missed it, and Sunderland survived that scare, so they are just a goal behind, but very little from them, to be fair, going forward. Sunderland 0, Preston 1.
Straight back to Stoke City, Everton. Free kick, Robin Cowan.
From about 30 yards out, and the candidates to take it for Everton are either Leighton Baines or Wayne Rooney. And Martin Atkinson, the referee's just in the snow trying to figure out where he's put the magic spray and whether the Stoke players are far enough back. He seems to be happy with it now. This will be some spectacular goal if this goes in, pretty far out to have a strike from distance, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. As I say, Baines and Rooney. Rooney gets the run up, and it's straight to the keeper, Jack Butland, 0-0.
Very good game going on.
When you get on, when you progress, it will get harder.
2-1 Rovers. Jamie Ness has equalised for the home side in League One.
You want a challenge.
Let's go to St Andrews. Simon Gaston.
It's still going the way of Birmingham. I know we all like our stats on this show, and I was looking at two potential records. One that could have been matched by Birmingham. They've only twice in their history, as I think Clem, he stole my thunder earlier, but fair play to him. Two times in their history have Birmingham lost 9 in a row. They're on 8. I was looking to match that record today. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. And, well, as I speak, Birmingham breaking. Jota, far side. Approaching the penalty area, low shot, McGregor saves, rebound, flags up. Let's all calm down again. Gary Monk has never lost 3 in a row with one club, so both of those records have been snatched away from him. I just wonder as well, Alex, Hull, you've got an affinity with them, you played for them, your dad managed them. Disappointing days for them at the moment, they've fallen quite a long way.
They have fallen a long way, and I honestly thought with Abel Hernandez coming back fit, it might get them a couple of goals, and it has done in recent weeks. There's been a slight revival, but this will knock them back again, because it was a must-win game at Birmingham today, and it'll dent their confidence, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of fans as well still angry at the way the club is being run as well, and amid that backdrop, it's not a good time at all, is it?
Well, he's got his way of doing it. He had a lamb. He sold all the club's assets. He's not put much money back into the club, so I can understand the supporters' frustration. It's quite sad to see the way they have fell so far from being cup finals, playing in the Premier League.
Playing the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
Let's just look at the bottom of the table as well then. So if you two both are convinced that Sunderland are indeed going to be playing League One football next season, I suppose the big question is then, who joins them? If we just zone in on Birmingham City, they've got a real chance, haven't they? Because they've got a lot of games soon against the teams around them. They've got to play Bolton Wanderers, they've got to play Burton Albion.
They've got some very big games in and amongst them, so they definitely need to try and get out and get as many points as they can now. I think Burton are struggling. I've watched them on a couple of occasions, and they don't look like they've got enough to get out of it, but I do think Birmingham have got a good opportunity.
Sunderland, Burton and Barnsley for me, if I was a betting man. I think they're going to struggle.
Okay, thank you very much. Crawley have got a goal back against Carlisle United, wicket in front through Joe Jacobson, and we've got a goal at Molineux. Tony Husband.
The leaders have extended their advantage back to a 2-goal margin over Burton, who are indeed struggling now at the wrong end of the table. It's another one for Afobe. Costa into the box on the right-hand side, and he almost overruns the ball. It runs away from him, but they're standing 12 yards out to just slide-put it into the corner of the net. Benik Afobe looking good, and Wall's looking good now. 3-1 up.
You may have seen Chris Boyd has got his 20th goal of the season. Rangers a goal down at Ibrox. Let's go to Glanford Park. Dan McCarthy.
Alex, look away now because Shrewsbury have a penalty. A corner came in, fell to John Nolan at the back post. He was brought down by Ryan Yates, and it's going to be the substitute Stephen Payne who will step up to take this. You've got to give credit to Shrewsbury. It's been a very good turnaround in this second half from Paul Hurst's men as Payne steps up, and he scored. It's 2-1 to Shrewsbury. All turned round. 2-1.
Sorry, Alex, but that's Payne's 12th goal of the season. Right, I'm hearing there's something happening at St Andrews. Is it a goal, Ivan Gaston?
It's a third goal for Birmingham. It's a second goal for Jota. And if you saw Barcelona in midweek, imperious and mesmerising Messi.
See, it was a honestly, trust me.
Messi-like goal. Messi
you get used to it.
They let him into the box. He did the rest through the keeper's legs. Very Lionel-like.
So that is now 5 points behind Sunderland, behind Birmingham City and also Barnsley. It's not looking good, Eddie Barber.
No, and it's looking even worse for Sunderland because they are now down to 10. And Jake Clark's also given his marching orders for a second yellow card. You have to say, you've got to question what he was doing. He was booked in the first half, he got himself in a muddle, he pulled back the player, yellow card for that, and just moments ago, he lost the ball far too casual to Alan Brown, pulled him back, and got a second yellow for the same thing. Stupidity, you'd have to say. Sunderland down to 10, and they're a goal behind. It doesn't look good.
Not looking good at all. We've done a lot of chat about the bottom. Let's go back to the race for the playoffs. Lindsay Hooper.
Yeah, Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 1, and there was a chance for Middlesbrough to take a lead. A free kick drifted into the far post towards Patrick Bamford, who's been pretty clinical in front of goal for Borough this season, but on this occasion he completely skewed his shot. He was unmarked, but the ball went behind, and looking at some of the footage of the other stages, I don't think he can blame the snow here. Although it is snowing, it's not actually gathering on the pitch. Brentford 1, Borough 1.
How on earth did Huddersfield not score? Richard Ascombe.
Yes, absolutely. Cross from the right-hand side. Came to Mounier, bit of an air kick, then he smashed it just wide. Really should have done better. Just past the uprights. The first chance wasn't bad, actually, on the volley, and then left-footed hit the stanchion behind the goal. But that, you know, was one of few chances for Huddersfield Town. You do feel as though if a goal is going to come, it's more likely to come at the other end. James Tompkins, of all people, got his second goal of the season today. He had a shot blocked on the line by, of all people, Steve Mounier. And Christian Benteke went alone as well, with Andros Townsend wide open. The game really opening up, Palace still leading.
Huddersfield Town have failed to score in 16 Premier League games this season. Let's go back to Robin Cowan at the Stoke City-Everton game. Robin?
Well, this game is starting to resemble a game of five-a-side. One end to the other, you attack, then the other side will. Everton are just starting to try and open up Stoke City. Calvert-Lewin, he was played in brilliantly by Wayne Rooney. He was in behind the defence. To say his first touch was poor is an understatement. It presented it straight to Glenn Johnson, who was retreating fast, and he managed to put it out for a corner. But Stoke are doing very well. They're holding their own, and they're trying to hit Everton on the quick counter-attack, and they're doing pretty well as they are down to 10 men. 0-0. Here comes Peter Crouch. It's just poured off his head by Jordan Pickford, who gathers at the second attempt by Glenn Johnson's shot. They're not out of this yet, Stoke City.
Well, at least they're having a go. That's what they've got to do, Stoke City. And maybe Sunderland just have to give it a go now, Amy Barber.
Well, they've got to do something, because they're now not only down to 10 men, but 2 goals down. And this, another dreadful goal to lose. It was a lovely cross from the right-hand side, and then Robinson at the back post, but all on his own, no one anywhere near him, and he just had to head it in past a stranded goalkeeper. It was a lovely finish. He took it well, but really, where was the defence? Sunderland 0, Preston 2.
I think that's the question they've been asking all season, Ailey. Let's go back to Robin Cowan. Really should be 1-0 up Everton.
They should be. Stoke have given away the ball too easily in their own half, and it was a brilliant whipped cross in by Gay on the far side. Chen Tosin, he didn't get quite enough on it, it just dribbled wide. Either way, the flag was up, but a good chance, still 0-0.
And let's take you back to the Vitality Stadium, Chris Wise.
Real test of West Bromwich Albion's resolve now, still leading through that Jay Rodriguez goal. Alan Pardew this week says his senior players need to deliver in these next couple of matches. They've delivered so far this afternoon. They've kept Bournemouth at bay. Adam Smith, by the way, last time you were with me, went down injured. He's come off now as well. So Bournemouth have lost Francis and Smith, who started as their 2 fullbacks on the right and left side, respectively. Lys Mousset on in his place. So Bournemouth have gone to 3 at the back. So they've effectively matched West Brom up for the closing stages.
Yeah, what's happening to Peterborough United, by the way, today? They're hoping to get into the playoffs. They're 2-0 down now at Oxford United. We've got a goal at the Wham Stadium. John Watson.
We do indeed. I was saying Accrington were looking good for their lead, of course, looking to consolidate their place at the top of League Two, but Forest Green have just hit back. Ruben Reid equalising for the visitors. He was in the right place to poke home, so Accrington top of League Two at the moment. A big win against Luton last time out there. They're being held at the moment. Forest Green equalising.
Terrific story, Mark Clement, Accrington Stanley.
It is a terrific story. They'll be disappointed to slip behind, but this is where the real metal comes on potential champions. We mentioned at half-time that I hadn't had a rant. I'm going to have one now. J. Clark Salter. What a disgrace. He's just back from a ban, having been sent off against Middlesbrough. I mean, you've got to feel for Chris Coleman, who went in, got a little bit of momentum, 3 league wins in his first 11, and he's just got 1 in 11 since. We've got a penalty at the John Smith Stadium, Richard Ascombe.
Yes, we do, Clem. It's going to go to Crystal Palace. Andros Townsend brought down by Matthias Zanka. Looked like a clear penalty to me. Mike Dean had no hesitation at all. And Crystal Palace, already leading by 1-0, have the chance to double their lead. Milojevic, of course, not Christian Benteke, will take this penalty. The Serb has already scored 5 penalties this season. 7 goals in all for Palace, faced by Jonas Lozel, the Dane. Can he prevent this penalty? He can't. Calmly slotted into the back of the net, into the left-hand corner. And it's Huddersfield Town 0, Crystal Palace 2.
We said it could be a pivotal day in the Premier League. Clem, we'll come back to you in just a moment. There's been a goal at the Bet365. Robin Cowan.
Breakthrough finally for Everton. It was a messy goal, and you've got to say that questions might be asked once again of Jack Butland. A great ball in by Yannick Bolasie. There was actually a hint of offside from Czech Tosun. Calvert-Lewin tried to put it in, it was blocked on the line. Tosun, though, got to his feet brilliantly to get in the rebound. And finally, Everton had the breakthrough against 10-man Stoke. Stoke 0, Everton 1.
Well, I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot of questions asked about Jack Butland. Terrible mistake from him. In the meantime, let's go to Ashton Gate. Hamish Marshall's got a late goal.
And it's a big goal for Bristol City. They lead Ipswich by 1-0, and it's come from the substitute Milan Djuric. He's only been on about 5 minutes. A cross from the left, stooping header from about 8 yards out into the corner. A couple of minutes before that, he fired one over the top, but it seemed easier to score. But they've got the goal now. Bristol City 1, Ipswich 0.
Massive goal for Lee Johnson's side. Back to Mark Clement, then we'll talk Jack Butland.
Yeah, just let me just give you the situation then as it stands at the moment in League One. Wickham having taken the lead at Barnard, of course, in that second relegation place. Stevenage now 2-0 up despite their dreadful away record, and let me just whip you into League One. Here's where we stand at the moment, and of course Aston Villa with a lone goalkeeper from Man United in Sam Johnson, and hasn't Dean Henderson served Shrewsbury well today? That wasn't pointed at you,
Thank you, Mark. Mark Richards. I don't know if you did this time, but forgive me if you did. Swindon Town 2-0 up, and Rotherham United now 2-0 up against Northampton Town. Now, it's a big goal for Everton, but the biggest talking point has got to be what on earth, Sue, was Jack Butland doing?
It's an error, a real big error. It's been coming. Everton have been pressing and pressing. It was a good delivery from Bolasie, but he should have just dealt with it. Dropped the ball completely out of position, and Tosun was the first one to react.
Jakey's maximum. I have no idea how many
conditions there, but he's got to do better. Butland.
Oh no, he's at his grandma's. Sorry, yeah, he's at his grandma's.
Gareth Southgate will be looking at that game today with the 2 potential England goalkeepers playing, and it's a black mark against Butland, you have to say.
I think he just takes his eye off the ball.
Yeah. Do you think as well, there's a bit of movement as well, though, Sue, in the 6-yard box? There are a few bodies there, so perhaps he is a little bit unsighted.
But when the ball comes in,
that's what he does with the ball.
He pops it up in the air, right in the middle of his 6-yard box. If you can get a hand to it, you always tell goalkeepers, push it out to the side, so far away from danger. He's done the opposite.
Okay, right, we're off to BBC 2 because of the Rugby Union. We shall see you on the other side in just a moment. Put the kettle on, we'll see you shortly. Bye for now.
BBC Two.
1-1 with about a minute left to play.
Would you believe it? A quite incredible game. Really below par, unsatisfactory performance. I can't believe it. 3-3.
The reason I'm getting the nick of this is one of the best attacking performances I've seen for quite some time.
Blue is the colour of the Premier League winners.
There's a storm coming. You better run, boy, run. You better run.
Hello, good afternoon to you. It's cold outside. Put your feet up and enjoy final score with us. We've reached the sharp end of the season. It is a massive day in the battle for Premier League survival. We shall bring you all the news and the goals as they go in. Also coming up, the goals from the first FA Cup quarter-final between Swansea City and Tottenham Hotspur. Don't forget, we're on the BBC Sport website, app and iPlayer if you are out and about. Sue Smith and Alex Bruce have braved the beast from the east too. They never freeze. Let's go around the grounds. Let's start with Richard Askham at the John Smith Stadium, and this is a crucial game.
Yes, it is, Jason. It is certainly freezing here as well. Huddersfield Town 0, Crystal Palace 2 in blustery conditions here. Palace are firmly in control. Huddersfield have had the odd moment, the odd half chance, but overall Roy Hodgson's side have bossed this game. They lead thanks to James Tompkins, who poked in from a corner, and a penalty from Luka Milojevic after Andros Townsend was brought down in the box. The return of Wilfried Zaha has been the key today for Palace. He's given Roy Hodgson's side that attacking focal point they've been missing on a 7-match winless run. Palace will jump out of the bottom 3 with a win, and they are well on their way.
Yeah, Crystal Palace have been terrific this afternoon. And let's go to the Bet365 Stadium, where there's lots of snow, Robin Cowan. But the big story is another howler from Jack Butland.
Indeed, yes. Everton finally taking advantage of their man advantage. Charlie Adam with a dreadful challenge on Wayne Rooney after just 30 minutes for Stoke. To their credit, they held out well for a good 40 minutes. And in a game that's been billed of the battle between the two England number ones. Oh, Stoke have equalised. Brilliant. Joe Allen with a free kick. Round the back post was the substitute, Choupo-Moting. Everton have a dreadful away record, and they may just have thrown away the chance of a rare win on the road here. Impressive from 10-man Stoke. They're back in it. 1-1.
Yeah, and it looks as if Maxim Choupo-Moting has pulled a hamstring, or pulled a groin muscle anyway, as he stretched for that ball. Good afternoon, Sue Smith, and to Alex Bruce. Great to see you. But what a game this is turning out to be, Sue.
It's end-to-end. And you thought when Stoke went down to 10 men, Everton were going to dominate. Stoke did well, and obviously Everton got the goal from an error from Jack Butland. But I'm just watching the goal again, and it was a great delivery from Joe Allen. And Choupo-Moting just stretches, and you wonder, he's just come on as a substitute. Has he slightly stretched his groin, pulled his groin?
Again, can the keeper do better?
Possibly.
Possibly.
It's not turning out to be a good afternoon for Gareth Southgate, is it?
No.
If he's watching a live feed of this game with his goalkeeper.
Yeah, you wonder, could Pickford have come out and maybe been a bit more commanding in his box, which he has been most of the season.
When I say the big talking point, obviously we can talk about the Charlie Adam sending off as well, but from an England perspective, so close to the World Cup, there's no number one nailed down really. When you look at a Jack Butland and Jordan Pickford as well, Jack Butland has got to do so much better for the goals.
He has. You always say as a goalkeeper, when the ball comes in your box from the cross, and you can get contact on it, push it away from danger, he pops it up into the middle of the 6-yard box, and Everton react by poking it in the goal. So it was a black mark against him. You'll be disappointed with it, but they're back in the game. Stoke, and the last 10-15 minutes are going to be interesting.
And so, definite red card?
Yeah, it was a definite red card. It was a big touch out of his feet, and it was just over the ball, Charlie Adam. It was just that moment of madness. I think he's clearly very up for this game, because it's a massively important game for Stoke. And he's just seen a red miss.
Disappointing for an experienced player like Charlie Adam as well.
Absolutely right. Let's go back to Stoke City, because there's a lot going on, Robin Cowan.
And Choupo-Moting, who just levelled things up for Stoke, he's been on the pitch for a matter of minutes, is now hobbling off. I think Sue was right. He just stretched at the far post and must have pulled something. Difficult conditions here, very cold, very snowy on the pitch, but maybe he just didn't warm up properly. He's come off, so Stoke have made their final and third substitution. Esse is on. can they hold out for what would be, in the context of this game, a really good point for them?
They'll love what's happened at the Vitality Stadium. Chris Wise, goal!
West Brom were leading and moving towards only their second away Premier League win of the season, but Bournemouth have found an equaliser with 13 minutes to go. As they invariably do, they're the kings of comebacks, and they've been poor in this game. West Brom have been resolute, but Jordan Ibe, with his second of the season, crushing one in from about 20 yards outside the penalty area. He was Ibe when he shot, and it bounced awkwardly in front of Ben Foster, the West Brom goalkeeper, who may ask questions of himself, because you felt for a moment he was going to comfortably keep it out. But West Brom, it's a familiar tale. They've been pegged back. Bournemouth 1, West Brom
Honestly,
1.
mate, just chill. You'll be fine. Promise. I think the way you're going in a minute, you'll win.
There, isn't he?
Promise.
Ben Foster, when he said it bounced awkwardly.
Yeah, again, another goalkeeper. A bad day for goalkeepers. I hope Gareth Southgate's away somewhere. I'm not watching these England goalkeepers today, I tell you, because it's a bad mistake. It dips right in front of him, he lets it through his hands. Poor mistake.
I think also defensively they could have closed Ibe down, because I've had so much time and space to pick out the shot, but yeah, goalkeeper.
Only be scared when you're coming up against icon teams every week and put chance. That's when you're scared.
Don't forget, we're going to show you the goals from the lunchtime FA Cup quarter-final between Swansea City and Spurs. Don't miss that. That's coming up very shortly. But it's all hotting up at the top and the bottom of the Championship. Let's start at Molineux. Tony Husband.
Interest at both ends as well here at Molineux. Quarter of an hour to go, and Wolves lead Burton Albion by 3-1. So the leaders closing in on the Premier League and turning it on as well in this second half against a struggling Burton side. This will open up a 6-point gap at the top of the table, with Cardiff not playing today if Wolves do take the 3 points. They lead at the moment courtesy of a brace for Benicathobi, finding some form on loan, of course, from Bournemouth, his second spell here. It's his third goal in a week now, and that's all after an early Helder Costa goal. Lloyd Dyer pulled it back to 2-1 just before half-time, but it's looking like a 9th away defeat of the season for Nigel Clough's strugglers at the moment.
And it looks like Sunderland will be going to Southend United and Blackpool next season. Naily Barber.
It does, Jason. Preston's playoff push, though, going in the right direction. It's been a pretty comfortable afternoon for them, to be honest. Sean Maguire got his 7th goal in as many games, directing a header in at the far post. Preston's second also came from a header, also at the back post. And once again, there was very little defensive pressure on Callum Robinson, as he powered in past Lee Camp. 2 terrible goals to lose from a defensive perspective. Sunderland also down to 10. Jake Clark-Salter sent off 2 yellow cards, both for silly pulls. He's just back from a ban. More time out for him, but time is certainly running out for Sunderland. They trail by 2-0.
Meanwhile, at St Andrews, the Monk miracle is happening, Ivan Gaskell.
Yes, a sort of Gold Cup winning performance for Birmingham, a sort of tin pot display from Hull. 8 consecutive defeats, 1 short of their all-time club record. Birmingham have been reeling on the ropes recently, but Gary Monk's come in, dished out the smelling salts, and Birmingham, previously dazed and confused, are back on their feet. Yotta twice, Adams have done the damage, and out of shape Hull have barely landed a blow. 3-0.
And remember, Birmingham City have still got to play the likes of Barnsley and Bolton Wanderers and also Burton Albion. Let's go to Griffin Park. Lindsay Hooper.
Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 1. Both teams here looking to go for a winner. It's been really end-to-end in the second half. Middlesbrough, you'd argue, need these points more to hold on to their spot in the playoffs. It was Traore who put them in front 1-0, smashed in from the edge of the box in the first half. And then what a day for Lewis McLeod. His first Brentford goal on his first start for Brentford today. He's recently been substituted to a standing ovation. He's the one that got them back in this game, and worrying times nervy times for Borough fans, because McLeod and Canos, both substitutes, have come close in very recent minutes. So it's Brentford 1, Borough 1.
Another big goal in the Premier League at the Bet365 Stadium. Which way? Robin Cowan.
It's gone Everton's way. They've retaken the lead against 10-man Stoke. And it's Cenk Tosun with his second of the game. He's really starting to grow into English football. Another header past Jack Butland. Stoke City's defence has just crumbled there. They've had a couple of opportunities since conceding the equaliser, Everton, and now they've taken it. Good work down the far side. Theo Walcott's cross just evaded everyone, and Chen Tosin got in between the two defenders there. A low header past Jack Butland into the far corner. It's Stoke City 1, Everton 2.
What is it about Stoke City? They get themselves back into a game and they have completely and utterly fallen asleep at the back.
Great ball from Walcott, a really good header from Tosin. He heads it down, but again, Jack Butland, I think he'll be disappointed. It's straight at him.
He gets his hand
to
to
it.
it.
He's got to have a stronger wrist for me, and he's parried it into the bottom of his goals.
Yeah, I think what Everton are doing well is you've got Tosin in there, you know that he's good in the air, so it's getting the ball out wide, get good deliveries into the box, and he'll get on the end of them, and he's really in form at the moment.
OK, and our feature game in League 2 sees the league leaders, Accrington Stanley, taking on Forest Green Rovers. Good game as well, and there's been a goal. John Watson.
Yes, and what a goal as well, Jason. It's gone to Jordan Clark, the right winger, who's had a great game. And what a goal as well to give them the lead here. He had the freedom of the right-hand side. He just kept going and going and going before neatly firing past Bradley Collins in the Forest Green goal. Accrington leading 2-1 and look to be set to consolidate their position at the top of League 2. Of course, they were leading by a point coming into the day over Luton Town. 2-1 to Accrington.
It is a wonderful story. John Coleman doing a terrific job there. Let's go to Ellen Road. Jeremy Tanner.
And Leeds United, the white shirts literally disappearing in the white out here. We have a snow flurry. They trail by a goal to nil. See Sheffield Wednesday's goal. Adam Reach header onto the foot of the bar. And first to react to it was the big striker for Sheffield Wednesday, Nuyu. Poor game, but it's Leeds 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Is it any better at Ashton Gate, Hamish Marshall?
It is if you're a Bristol City fan, because they're leading Ipswich by a goal to nil and they're gaining ground on some of the playoff rivals. Milan Djuric's low header 8 minutes after coming on has City in front. He hadn't created too many chances before that. He did have one effort before the goal when he blasted over when it seemed easier to score. Ipswich are trying to chase this game now, but it's still Bristol City 1, Ipswich 0.
As it stands, Peter Slater, Sheffield United 9th.
Absolutely, and it's goalless here. Most of it's played in blizzard conditions. They've had more of the chances, one to Leon Clark, which he really should have taken in the first half. Heading flex cross back across goal instead of in. Forest's best moment, Kieran Dowell, very well saved by Jamal Blackman. And we've just had a couple of men with shovels to clear snow from the lines. Can't beat a couple of men with shovels, can you, Jason? 0-0 here.
And to Carrow Road, Mark Webber, any shovels around?
Not at all, but I tell you what, Norwich looked like they sail away with this in the first half, but since Sam Smith got red in second, they've looked the more hungry, and I tell you what, there are some pockets to be picked in that Norwich defence. Holes everywhere, and you can tell that Reading want this more than anyone else. Norwich 3, Reading 2.
Let's take you into League 1 and Shrewsbury Town looking to make Wigan Athletic pay for staying in the FA Cup, Dan McCarthy.
Yeah, they certainly will, and how Scunthorpe will rue the first half penalty makes Josh Morris put them ahead with a free kick. He then stepped up to take a penalty and then missed it. It was a poor one, saved by Dean Henderson, and it's all changed round in the second half. John Dolan got a goal, and then from the penalty spot themselves, Stephen Payne put it away. You have to wonder just how Scunthorpe are going to be able to finish in the playoffs with the form they're on at the moment. They really are starting to rust, are the iron? 2-1.
But as for Paul Hurst, Shrewsbury Town, what would that be, Clem? 5 away wins on the bounce?
5 away wins on the bounce, and Scunthorpe's form is absolutely imploding. Hello everybody, by the way. Just one league win in 12 it would be after 9 in their previous 12. Elsewhere in League 1, if you have been out and about, Blackburn's game at Gillingham was postponed due to an icy frozen pitch. Rotherham heading for an 8th win in 10. Good week for MK Dons as well at the bottom of the table, just a point from safety. Now they had picked up only a single win in 18, but on course for a second consecutive win. That's where we are there. Let's whip you into League 2. And we heard that Accrington Stanley have taken that league. They are in astonishing form at the moment. They are in quite bristling form. It'll be a 12th win in 14 matches to open up a 3-point gap at the top, because Luton are spluttering just 2 league wins in 7 if they stay drawing as they are at the moment. The 2 at the bottom, well, the fortunes of them are that Barnet are losing again. Luke O'Neill has given Wickham a second goal in that game, and Chesterfield, well, they did actually take the lead to Christian Dennis at Cheltenham, but pegged back to 1-1. We'll just point out that if you have been out and about today, we had a couple of early kickoffs. Fulham extended their unbeaten run to 16 matches, but were pegged back. They were 2-0 up and pegged back by QPR. And Millwall started the day just 3 points off the playoffs, having recorded a 6th win in 7 matches. Didn't win away in their first 13 matches and have won a club record 6 in a row since. Villa kick off at 5:30 at Bolton. It's Derby, Cardiff tomorrow.
Big game that. Thank you very much indeed to Mark Clever. Goal at Allen Road. Joe Tanner.
And Leeds United have equalised, and one of their substitutes, the big tall striker Groot, has got on the end of a ball, swung in wide from the left-hand side. Good header, and we're at 1-1.
1-1 there. Let's go back to the Vitality Stadium, back to the Premier League. Chris Wise.
Really intriguing closing stages here. Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1. Frankly, neither side will be partial to a point. Bournemouth would have eyed this as another 3 to carry them further away from that relegation zone. For West Brom, they simply can't afford to not win games given their perilous position in that Premier League table. Remember, they started the afternoon 8 points short of safety, and Bournemouth here have a free kick with just over 2 minutes to play, which is pretty much 10 yards outside the West Brom penalty area. Remember, West Brom led through Jay Rodriguez's goal. They looked comfortable for so long before Jordan Ibe brought them level. Question marks over Ben Foster, the West Brom goalkeeper, perhaps for that goal. And now Bournemouth stand with an opportunity to try and win it. And if this does go in with 3 minutes to play, well, 2 minutes to play plus stoppage time, you would feel it would be curtains for West Brom and their Premier League season. Daniels and Stanislas stand over the ball, 10 yards outside the West Brom penalty area, left of centre. Stanislas has gone for goal and has found the goal. It's a wonderful free kick from Junior Stanislas. May have won the game for Bournemouth and possibly sent West Brom down. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 1.
Well, there's a shake of the head from Alan Pardew. You have to have a bit of sympathy with him because for a good 50 minutes or so, they were well in this game. Scored a great goal as well. But what a free kick.
Great free kick. He bends it over the wall. So Ben Foster's right. He couldn't have got it any more inside the post. Keeper no chance. Really, really good free kick. But as you say, you touched on there, I really feel sorry for Alan Pardew. West Brom have really took the game to Bournemouth. He played really well. Injuries again have cost them. Johnny Evans has gone off and the game has changed. They've scored 2 goals on the back of it. Foster made a mistake for the first one. And a great free kick there from Stanislas.
Yeah, and they've shown a real desire, haven't they, and a real will to get into this game and get themselves back into the game. They have done, and then just a moment of brilliance from Junior Stanislas. You want that from a play like that, real quality, great free kick, top corner, and
when you're down there though, you're out of luck. It happens.
And you'll see on Match of the Day tonight. There's a shot of Ben Foster. He's on his knees, and it's almost like he knows. He knows that today was a really, really pivotal, important day for the club.
They had to get 3 points today, and I think even if they had, I still think it would have been a struggle for them. But you think it's all over now.
Yeah, Crystal Palace can take full advantage. But Richard Askham, just bring us up to date with Wilfred Zaha. Has he gone off?
Yes, he has gone off, Jason. A bit of a knock. He hobbled off. Hopefully nothing too serious. Replaced by Ruben Loftus-Cheek, his first appearance for Crystal Palace, by the way, since December the 28th. That's the good news. Wilfred Zaha, though, Jason, he has been the key man today. Other players have played very well for Crystal Palace, but he's been the focal point, driving down that left-hand side, linking up with Christian Benteke. He really has made a difference for Roy Hodgson's team today, and they are coasting to victory, lead by 2-0.
And remember, we're going to bring you all the goals from the Liberty Stadium, where Spurs beat Swansea City by 3-0 in the first FA Cup quarter-final. That's coming up very shortly. In the meantime, let's take you back to Stoke City, Everton. And I think it's fair to say, Robin Cowan, that Stoke City and Everton are running amok.
They are indeed, yes. Everton have had a couple of chances to wrap this one up. And here is Leighton Baines just trying to sell Shawcross with a dummy. It's well defended. He's still going. Shawcross will clear, but you see the writings on the wall. You think for 10-man Stoke, they look tired. They have a couple of minutes left of stoppage time. They're dilly-dallying on the edge of their area. Walcott and Calvert-Lewin could have wrapped up the points for Everton, but it looks like it will be a rare away win for Sam Allardyce's side. They lead by 2-1.
Clash of heads at the Vitality, Chris Wise.
Horrendous one as well. Ball was there to be won, no blame or fault applied to either Nathan Ake, the Bournemouth defender, or Hal Robson-Kanu, who both leapt up to head it and both missed it and headed each other squared on. It was awful to watch. It was right in front of us as well here at the press box at the Vitality Stadium. Both of them being treated by 2 physios each. This really isn't nice to see. 5 minutes of stoppage time, though. We're going to be playing for a little longer because of the attention that is required for Ake and Robson-Kanu here. And West Bromwich Albion now, you feel, absolutely on the brink.
Team news from the evening Premier League game, Liverpool-Watford to come. A goal, a very late goal at Allen Road, Jeremy Tanner.
It's all starting getting a bit exciting here. Leeds 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2. We're into 6 minutes of time added on. Nuyu has just scored his second. Leeds pushing forward, caught out, through ball. Nuyu, great finish. Leeds 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
And back to the John Smith Stadium, Richard Askham.
Yes, Johan Cabaye has just gone extremely close to scoring a third goal for Crystal Palace. Lovely turn on the volley, right-footed, excellent save from Jonas Lösel to turn it away for a corner.
How good has Palace been today, Steve?
They've been excellent, and I think Zaha just makes such a difference when he's in the side. There's no coincidence, is there, that when he doesn't play, they don't get results, and he just gives them that little bit of creativity that I think when he's not there, they're not as good, but they've knocked the ball down well. They've been, I think they've been excellent going forwards.
That Nous as well, Tompkins, Sakho, Cabaye coming on as a sub, all Premier League know-how. I think that's just been the difference between the two teams.
But also, you mentioned earlier, Alex, not only have they had a little bit of flair in going forward, but they've also been digging in as well, which is exactly what they need to do when they're in this relegation.
Exactly. Every time the ball's come in the box, the two centre-halves have been strong, headed out, and Milivojevic has sat in the middle of the two of them and caused real problems for Huddersfield. They've just simply not been able to break them down.
We've got a very, very late goal in League Two. John Watson.
We do indeed. This one sealed it for Accrington. They are now 3-1 up against Forest Green, and what a way to seal it. A lovely clip ball just in behind the Forest Green defence, and there was Caden Jackson to run onto it and lob the on-rushing Bradley Collins in the Forest Green goal. That means Accrington will be taking control of League Two this evening. They were 1 point ahead of Luton coming into today, and this could be a key win in their push for automatic promotion. 3-1 with just minutes to play.
Good win for Everton today. They've done the double over Stoke City in the league for the first time since the season 2008-2009. Robert Cowan.
Stoke City really the masters of their own downfall this afternoon. They played for 2/3 of the game with 10 men after Charlie Adam was sent off for a dreadful high challenge on Wayne Rooney. Unfortunately, from Paul Lambert and Gareth Southgate's point of view, questions will be asked about the Stoke City stopper Jack Butland. Could have perhaps done better for both Everton goals this afternoon.
Right, you still won. That's all that matters. You still won. Doesn't matter when you score the goals. A win is a win.
Equalised, Choupo-Moting poking in from close range from Allen's free kick to give them hope of getting something out of the game. But it was a good response by Everton. Tosson with another good header that Butland couldn't quite keep out. A second win of the season on the road for Everton. But it's a significant defeat for Stoke. They remain in the relegation zone, and after the international break for them, it's Spurs and Arsenal. Full-time Stoke 1, Everton 2.
All smiles for Everton this afternoon, Sue Smith. They were very good, weren't they?
They were, yeah, and I think the fact that Stoke went down to 10 men, I think helped them. But Sam Allardyce has brought in a sports psychologist because he thinks that away from home, Everton, it's something about the belief, the mentality that they can't get it right. And the fact that they now they've got those 3 points, I think that will help them moving forward into next season even.
Yeah, and he's delighted. So is he. Look at him with the scarf. He loves it.
Right, okay. I think it is, yeah.
He's going to have a good night, whoever he is. Well done, sir. And let's go to the John Smith Stadium. This is a really big win for Roy Hodgson, Richard Askham.
Huge win, Jason. Huddersfield Town 0, Crystal Palace 2. Palace fully deserved their 3 points today. A win that pulls them out of the bottom three with a returning Wilson.
Sit on part of the bus.
The heart of all of their attacking
Sit on part of the bus and just defend. That's all I can say. And sit on part of the bus counts though. If you're worried about it going on to legendary, sit on part of the bus
Roy Hodgson will have everything crossed that isn't serious. As for Huddersfield, their playmakers, Aaron Moy and Pritchard, simply couldn't find that creative spark that they needed. Palace will hope this win will spark their climb away from the relegation zone.
Nice to see Roy Hodgson there telling the players as well to go and speak to the fans and just say well done to the fans as well, because they've taken a lot of numbers there today.
They braved the elements and they've got a great away result. The supporters will be happy going home. A really, really good performance. Roy Hodgson will be delighted. A lot of Premier League experience within the team today, which he's been missing in recent weeks. And a really, really good, strong performance, which I think they'll build on now for the remainder of the season.
They've got so many good players in that side as well.
Yeah, and I think you looked at recent results and they haven't been particularly good, but they've played some top teams and they've been in all of those games, and the fact that those injured players are now coming back makes a massive difference for them.
And you know the other significant thing about this result today for Palace is that suddenly it drags other clubs back into it. So suddenly Swansea City are playing in the FA Cup today, they're still in it, they know that. Newcastle United are still in it as well.
Well, it was a massive game before everybody knew, and it was a game Palace simply just could not lose. They haven't. They've gone in. Not only have they not lost, they've put in a really good performance as well. So they'll take a bit of confidence.
Sorry, Alex. Let's go to the Vitality. Chris Wise.
Deep in stoppage time, West Brom have just had one off the line. Matty Phillips, it was hacked away. It looked destined to find the back of the net. It's still inside that Bournemouth penalty area. Absolute pinball. And eventually it ricochets out of play in front of those West Brom fans on the far side for a Bournemouth throw. I think it was Charlie Daniels who'd got himself back in there to block Matt Phillips' effort, the substitute. It was destined to go in, and you thought West Brom were going to find an equaliser from nowhere. Dawson's original effort, blocked by Ake, came to Gibbs. He just chipped it up, and Phillips from about 5 yards out tried to guide it into the bottom corner, and Daniels had backed off and on the line hacks it away. Still Bournemouth 2, West Brom 1.
You just wonder whether he needs to hammer it instead of trying to glance it in.
It's a real tough one. In that position, I think, you know, he's just trying to place it into the net. But I feel so sorry for West Brom today because they've given absolutely everything. And I spoke about players wanting to, you know, at the end of the game say, I've done absolutely everything. And I think they have today. They've been really unlucky.
A goalkeeper error is the difference between, I think, a draw. They would have took a draw, West Brom. But it's just really disappointing for them. They've played really well, as you just touched on. But like most of their games this season, they need to put the ball in the back of the net. It's just something they struggled with against
right. And we were saying that the players, they know, Chris Wise, looking at these pictures, they are now 10 points behind West Ham United, Chris.
And with 7 games to go, you have to feel it is perhaps now all over for West Brom, bar the shouting. They've been beaten by 2-1. They led, Rodriguez scoring 4 minutes into the second half after Gibbs' ball nodded down by Rondon to Rodriguez inside the 6-yard box. And having defended resolutely and looked reasonably untroubled, you felt that West Brom were on course for only their second away Premier League win of the season. But Bournemouth, as they do so often, struck with 2 goals inside the final quarter of an hour. First from Jordan Ive, an effort that bounced in front of Foster, question marks over the Baggies goalkeeper. So from a mistake to then a piece of magic from Junior Stanislas with a free kick in the 89th minute, which found the top corner. West Brom have battled perhaps more than they ever have under the reign of Alan Pardew this afternoon, but that's 7 defeats in a row now for them, and that equals a Premier League club record. Bournemouth perhaps now just 1 win away from safety. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 1.
And Chris Brunt is absolutely right to put his arm around Kieran Gibbs, who's been terrific this afternoon, and West Bromwich Albion fans won't like this either. If they go down, Wolves are going up. Tony Husband.
That's right, I think this is the team who could well be replacing them. A big week for Wolves, really. 2 home wins against struggling opposition. A 6-point gap over Cardiff until tomorrow at least. 13 over Fulham and Villa, for now anyway. Benegafobi returned here to get the goal scoring going again. His brace showed what confidence can do for a striker. Helder Costa scored a fine opener as well for the Wolves. For Burton, well, at least they found the net after 6 scoreless games in 7 through Lloyd Dyer. But you never felt they would keep pace with this Wolves juggernaut, which is coming to the Premier League soon. Wolves 3, Burton Albion 1.
Meanwhile, at the bottom, Ailey Barber.
Well, another game ticks by without reward for Sunderland, and they didn't deserve to take anything from this one. Preston weren't at their best by any means, but they didn't need to be. Both goals from them came from headers at the back post. Both were dreadfully defended, although...
Well, let's see if there's any football on BT Sport. BT Sport. Watch live. Oh! Liverpool Watford.
Cup final, exclusively live on BT Sport.
I'll watch that.
This is a cow, as drawn by Laura Evans, aged 9 1/4. Apparently, it's the kind of cow McDonald's use, as they wouldn't use good beef just to make burgers. Her mum says so. Hi, Beth. Ted is a butcher. He wants to show them what he thinks makes a great burger. The right feed, fresh air, and whole cuts of 4/4 and flank, and a pinch of salt and pepper. And that's it. Exactly what goes into a McDonald's burger.
Don't miss 2 World Cup favourites square off on Friday as Germany hosts Spain in a star-studded international clash. And next Saturday, watch England's young Lions in action as they take on Romania in an under-21 friendly. That's on BT Sport 2.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Good afternoon from Anfield, where Liverpool return to home comforts after their defeat at Old Trafford last weekend. The Reds are the only team in the top 6 in action today in the Premier League, so there's a chance for Jurgen Klopp's side to move up to 3rd. Watford produced a stunning display earlier this season at Vicarage Road against Liverpool. It was 3-3 on the opening day of the campaign, but it's on their travels where they continue to toil with just 1 point from their last 8 games on the road. Here's how we stand ahead of the contest. Liverpool now trails first by a point, with United 5 ahead, and Chelsea have ground to make up in the top 4. They're 4 points off the pace. Watford started the day in the top half. They remain there after the 3 PM games. And at the bottom, the movers, Crystal Palace. They are up 2 places. We are indeed in the eye of the storm. It's like somebody just put the extra wind turbine on just before we came live here today. Stephen Gerrard and Tim Sherwood are here. Look, it's a chance for Liverpool to go on the run in a Premier League terms right now because they've got a good fixture list. And yet Man City in the Champions League's on the horizon as well.
Yeah, of course, but they can't really worry about Manchester City. They've got a job to do here today, and that's to go above Tottenham and back into 3rd and get closer to Manchester United. After the defeat against United, I know it well, it's a tough week on the training ground, you know, you're down, the fans are not happy, and now's the perfect time to bounce back.
Yeah. Let's not forget, you started your career at Watford, and may I say, back in '85, you looked spectacular. I'm not sure you've seen this. What a photo that is.
I thought we were meant to be friends.
Yeah, well, we were. Look, you've seen a lot of Watford recently. It looks as if there's signs of stability under Javi Gracia, but stability is not a word you hear often with Watford.
It's the model what Watford have, you know. I quite like the model. You know, if you're a manager going into Watford Football Club, you know exactly what it entails. You know, if you don't perform, you look like your position is precarious, and they get rid of you. You know, they want to stay in the Premier League. They know what they are. That is the priority. And since the Pozo family have taken over this football club, they've stayed in the Premier League quite comfortably.
Yeah, what chance do you give Watford here today? The manager said he wants to spring a surprise. He did it in Spain a lot in the past. I think he was known as the giant killer.
Well, I think the conditions will certainly suit that. You know, you're Watford, you want to disrupt Liverpool's rhythm. They're very, very good at home. They play good football, they press you. But they need to be found perfectly. If they want any kind of results out of this game, it's important they don't make any silly mistakes, give Liverpool any gifts, and just try and disrupt Liverpool's rhythm and frustrate them.
OK, let's get the pre-match thoughts from both of the dressing rooms right now. Natalie Kirk is in the tunnel for us, a good place to be.
Jurgen, you make 4 changes to the side. No Lovren and Alexander Arnold on the bench. How much of that was made on the decision from last week?
From last week? No, nothing to do with that. Dejan is not available, so that's the first reason. Yeah, that's it pretty much, and the rest is only we have a normal training week. We had a normal training week, so we used the week and had a look on what we think, what we could need against Watford, and that's the outcome.
Been interested there, obviously, with the weather, and it's cold out there and very windy as well, so be interested to see how everybody handles it. But the front three are special, not just without the ball. So with the ball, without the ball, they press very high and obviously very fast as well. So they can cause problems, and we're going to have to be on our game.
Taken 1 point from the last 8 away games. How much of a concern is that?
We try to improve these matches, but the last game against Arsenal, we created many chances. We didn't score, but we created chances. I think if we continue the same way, we'll be able in the future to score goals and to get points.
Maybe they play today. I saw the lineup now. Maybe they play with 5 in the back. So that's a challenge, and they're really good with Pereira, Richardson, and Dini in the counter attack. So that's all. It's all really quality, to be honest. So, and we respect that, but it's empty. And we are looking to play on a good day, and that's what we have to show.
Well, these are the starting lineups today. Liverpool have made 4 changes. Ian Lovren, Trent Alexander-Arnold, both at fault last week. They drop out. James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain also make way. In come Joe Gomez, Joel Matip, Gini Wijnaldum, and the captain Jordan Henderson's back in as well. As we just heard, Lovren is injured. Just one change for Watford. Dal Janmaat is on the bench. Miguel Britos, who scored the late equaliser against Liverpool earlier this season, he starts. It looks like they have gone to a back 3. Stephen, what do you make of that Liverpool team? We've just heard Lovren's injured, of course, but did you think there would be changes anyway in defence given the Man United performance?
Yeah, not so much in defence, but certainly the team. Jurgen's been making, at least 2 changes most weeks, sometimes 3 or 4 to freshen it up. I don't think he dropped them players just on the back of individual mistakes or one bad result, if you like. So Liverpool have got a strong team out today, and they're capable of getting a win in this football match.
Going back to last week, a few players have held their hands up. Emre Can as well, saying they should have done better.
Yeah, and so Trent as well. Certainly on the first goal, Trent should be more inside and expecting Lukaku to win that header, so he's in the right position to cover. In the second one, again, it's Lukaku causing his problems. Trent's learned from his mistake and is in a better position. And I think Manchester United get a little bit of luck with the second goal. Can there maybe, with a bit more experience, might have made the foul on Lukaku to stop the second goal coming. But I think Liverpool were a little bit off it as a team over at Old Trafford. But yet, rightly so, the fans will point certain fingers at certain players, and they're out the team today, and it will look like Jurgen's dropped them. But Jurgen makes changes every single week.
He does, and Jordan Henderson's back in as well. Do you like the balance in the midfield better when he's in there too?
I do, and I think Liverpool's midfield is stronger having Jordan Henderson in it. I think with Wijnaldum and Can, it's a very powerful midfield. I think what is important to mention though, if there's no Lallana within that 3 or no Philip Coutinho, one of them players has to take a little bit of risk with the passing. Because they're very similar as a 3, it's important that they do try and pass forward and try and create assists for the front 3.
As for Watford, they've got some power in their midfield as well. Abdoulaye Doucouré's in there. He's been a standout all season, their top Premier League scorer with 7 goals. Again, you've watched him closely and you like him, don't you?
I really do, yeah. I think he can get forward. He always supports the attack, makes good runs. This is him against Chelsea with the assist for the goal. But he's sensitive, no? He smells blood, he gets there, he gets on the end, he's got loads of power, he shoots off both feet. This is a good technique. This is like Stevie in his prom. Bosh. Have some of that. This is what he's all about, though. You want midfield players to do the dirty work, and that's putting your body on the line, reading danger, and this kid can put out fires as well. He could play for Liverpool, in my opinion.
Well, do you think they will hold on to him this summer?
No, and I don't have any interest in holding on to him. I mean, Watford know what they are. They're a selling club. As soon as he's worth the value where they think it's the right money, he will go. He'll probably go to one of the sides in the top 4.
Plenty more still to come on this build up, but let's not forget these two teams met on the opening day of the season and they served up a thriller.
And again, lovely goal, the very highest order. Liverpool were level for only 2.5 minutes. It's Firmino, and it is unerringly accurate. Firmino goes for Rob, and Salah touches it in. Recall 3-3. Liverpool have surrendered 2 points. Watford have nicked 1.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
To win games like this today. Leicester are beginning to buzz.
Your odds from William Hill lets you create and bet on your own markets. Tweet us direct from the William Hill app or from Twitter, and we'll reply with the odds. Join over 300,000 Your Odds customers and view their markets. Spot something you like? One click, it's in your bet slip and you're on. More markets, more choice, and now available on Google Play. William Hill. This is more.
This is the Oasis. It's a place where the limits of reality are your own imagination. You can do anything. I'm here talking to all of you now because our future's being threatened. In the Oasis,
I found something much bigger than myself. Ask yourself
else. Are you willing to fight?
Ready Player One in cinemas March 29th. Experience it in 3D. Book tickets now.
It's a noisy, chaotic, confusing world. If only everyone could see it more clearly. Separate fake from fact. If only we all understood what's...
Oh, yeah.
In 2045, reality is a bummer. But we could go somewhere without going anywhere at all. The Oasis. But the Oasis is in trouble.
It's a war for control of the future.
This is actual life and death stuff.
Are you willing to fight?
Ready Player One in cinemas March 29th. Experience it in 3D. Book tickets now.
LB Crossing isn't working either, dudes. I'm trying it. Weird game, man. Can you stop spamming AJE? I thought he had it right there. Well, I'm trying to do the downward headers and, more importantly, score a goal off the post. Let's try crossbody here. Into the half. 6-6, dude. Ridiculous.
I don't know if I got lucky with 1-3. Mate, that's brilliant. See, it's not hard, honestly. Well, yeah, it is, but trust me. All you have to do is believe in yourself. Honest. All you have to do is believe.
Fucking Donnarumma's too good!
Congratulations. Tell me who you get in your packs. And tell me what packs you get.
I can't do it! Mario Ruggeri! Thank you for the Amazon Prime sub, dude. Appreciate you, man. Much love. Why the hell is Bonucci on my free kicks?
Cool.
Well, this guy's got some nice free kicks. That's a downward header rate. Oh my god, this is so dumb. Okay, there you go. Counter it. Okay, counter it. Whatever. Go. Perisic just fucked us, dudes. Perisic just fucked us. Oh man, that's not even who I was trying to pass it to.
I've got a jump over
This is what we need to do here. Sweat it.
I didn't know the offline draft rewards are that bad.
I was just a child.
Still, sell everything and just see what you get.
It's offside again. Is it? Charge your keeper, you fuckboy. Oh, god damn it, I lose it! I'm gonna fucking lose it! I actually am gonna lose it. Walk the ball off the post. I can't do that unless my opponent charges their keeper, but no fucking charging their keeper.
I've got nothing in my packs.
I spent the entire last
Still,
game
sell everything.
charging my
Sell
keeper for my
everything.
opponent, and the other guy
No matter
just
what.
didn't
Contracts,
realize,
fitness,
like, oh, maybe I should
players.
do that as well. I thought that was going to be off the post, man. Fuck.
Everything, mate. Everything.
Alright, there you go. At least he got a downward header.
When was it 3-0?
You're going to charge your keeper for fuck's sake. There it is. Okay. Oh, fuck! Okay, that's the play, though. That's the play. That's the play. That's the play right there. Fuck, man. Okay.
Are you seeing Paul Murray? Yeah, I am.
Run, run, you dumb idiot! Oh my god.
You mean watching? Autocorrect.
Keeper charge, keeper charge, keeper charge, keeper charge, keeper charge. I swear to God, he tipped it in on his own. Maybe I'll try and LTRT it off the post or something. This is fucked. Look, he like passed it in on his own. I did nothing there. All right, I'm gonna try and LTRT it. The problem with the LTRT is There you go. There you go. Unlucky. Try and roulette onto the post. I think we're just making it too difficult, dudes. Fuck, man, this is so shit. What the fuck? What just happened? Wait, don't. I need to watch that. Oh my god. Did that clang off the post? I have no idea what just happened there. Allen just fucked it. For God's sakes. I have no idea what happened there. Ethan, thank you for the 21 months. Much love, man. Love all the streams. Only 3 months to go until 2 years. It's flown by. Enjoy every second. Hope the fam's well. Thank you, Ethan. Everybody's good, man. Cut inside on the wing. Go near post top corner. Near post top corner. Okay, charge the keeper. What are you doing, bro? Oh, wow. Actually, you almost did it there. Come on, you moron. Spam it, dude. What are you fucking doing? Nah, it's not gonna work. It's really hard to, like, I don't know how to say it. It's really hard to, like, from this angle, how far away I am, LTRTing it onto the post is actually pretty difficult. Oh my god, how close was that, dude? Oh no, this guy's internet connection. Yeah, I'm gonna go pro camera angle. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. This is so idiotic. Is it this end? Which one? Is it? It's multiplayer, right? End to end? What do you guys think? Would end to end be better? Let's fucking try end to end, dudes. This is gonna be fucked. This is gonna hurt my brain. Wait, what? Oh, whatever, dude. Keep a charge. I just hit. Oh, this game sucks. Oh, god damn. I'm trying it again. Oh, for fuck's sakes! I'm gonna lose it! Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude! Oh, Jesus. This is so oh, fuck, I just fucked him. I actually just fucked that guy out, dude. Good save by Donnarumma.
Coming on Fortnite for a bit. I've been on Fortnite literally most of my day.
It's offside, homie. What are you doing?
So, if you guys are on at about like, I don't know, say 8 o'clock, I'll come on then. If you guys are still on. I have seen the group chat, it's just I've been in a game, so I've not had time to message in the group chat. Not that good at Fortnite. You can learn, it's alright, we'll stream it, I'll stream it. I just won't get everyone's voices in it.
Donnarumma is a madness.
Just me and Sam on at the minute.
This is fucking crazy.
Ask Sam if he'll be on at 8 around. Okay, we'll say 7:30. If you two will be on around 7:30. Can we play Fortnite squad? Andrew, mate, it'll just be me and my friends. It'll just be like a chill thing. Sorry, mate.
Try and let it go to pens. Something like that, I guess. I don't know.
He said maybe. Okay, if you guys are on at like 7:30, I'll pop on then. I've just been on Fortnite most of my day, so. Yeah. Just need a break for a little bit. I noticed I've been on here for nearly 3 hours, but I've been on Fortnite pretty much since I woke up.
4 minutes of added time. What the fuck? I don't want to score on him either, right? Just take it into extra time. What is he doing? He's playing FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. Okay, so I'm going to try something else here. Shane Long has achieved the goals. So I'm going to put Bonucci and Vieira. See if that works out better.
Hayden, just keep popping back into the stream telling me like whereabouts you've come in games.
Definitely seems like FUT champs. Come on, Nick. What the fuck? Are you enjoying yourself, dude? I'm glad. That's a positive. Come on, Nick. What the fuck, right? Cool. God bless, brother. Oh. Really what to do? Inside?
It's a downward headed goal.
I swear to God, I'm aiming into the post and they just keep firing it right down the middle.
Hey. If I get 2 more 1,000 coins, I'll make my coins back. See, there you go. That's all. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, I keep thinking he's gonna do it.
How many more thingies do we need? Downward headers 4.
I don't even think I've done a single downward header. Let's try this.
I've earned this heavyweight.
Hey, Pete, we want you to take us to the $11 million. You got 72 hours before we start flipping your family.
We're gonna steal $11 million. It's impossible. The trick is always impossible until it isn't.
Maybe try and LB chip it onto the bar or something? Fuck, that might be an idea. LB chip it onto the bar? That's the play! That's the play! The LB chip onto the bar! That's the play! That's the play! The LB chip onto the bar.
I watched you saw
That's the play.
You know last night when I was trying to do all the challenges that I told you last night?
I mean, okay,
I'm watching a streamer try and do it, and honestly, the amount of times he sat there and started raging because he can't do it is honestly hilarious.
Oh, I'm off, bullet.
He has to play against his friends, so they have to like try and communicate to try and do it. And they're trying to play the offside trap all the time, and he's trying to run the keeper out. What he's got to do, he's got to hit the crossbar, and for it to go in.
Obviously, I'm passing it to
Look at the
fucking
score.
Hazard. Dumb.
Honestly.
Dumbass.
Right, you'll be alright, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Nido. Good shout.
Pringle, that's what I need.
No, can't do that.
What?
Yeah, so I'm off now.
That might be the dumbest thing I've
Okay.
ever seen in my
Leave the
channel
lights
today.
on I put on. I shall leave the landing on in the hall.
Okay.
Leave them on.
If I turn out the kitchen lights on, turn them off if I don't use
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Anything you turn on, turn off.
Okay.
But leave this.
Turn everything. No, turn everything off that I turn on. Leave everything on that you turn on. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be alright, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Have a good night, mate.
Yeah. See you later. Love you.
Yeah, wait till 12 latest. Yeah, I've set my alarm for earlier, but I might, depending how it is at work, I might even finish it probably an hour early.
Okay.
Come home early, so.
Okay.
Alright, buddy.
Alright. Night.
Why Bonucci up front? I'm trying to see maybe if like worse finishers have more of a chance of hitting it off the post. But fucking Patrick Vieira is finishing everything. He's legit finishing. Oh shit! I forgot. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. There we go.
Andrew, you found those 2,000 coins yet, mate?
I don't know if he did it there. I think that was close, but I don't know if he did it or not. Oh my god. I don't know. I actually don't know if he did it. I think he missed it still. That was as close as anyone's... Shit. This was FUT Champs, you'd lose your mind? Well, not really. Because, I mean, we know what we're doing right now, right?
I got on Fortnite when I'm done playing. I got on Fortnite when I am done playing Fortnite. I am going to check. Oh, okay. I get you. I was sat there, I was like, Sam came second because he died really early on. Oh, that's good. I'm very proud. Very proud, guys. Very proud.
Of Tottenham in the Premier League if they win, and maybe more significantly, increase the gap on Chelsea to 7 points. Liverpool have drawn one and lost one since beating Newcastle here 2 weeks ago. Their players have also failed to score in the last 2 matches, which is their longest drought of their free scoring season so far. Here is going to be the right wing back in this reshaped Watford team today. I suppose the significance of the shape will be if they can keep it to a back three and not allow it to become a back five, then they've won part of the battle.
It's a good outlet for Femenia, good attacking player, very good in possession. Have to pick the spots, Watford, because Liverpool will dominate possession.
So Richarlison coming back from an offside position, made such a good start to the season, didn't he? Richarlison, he's gone 20 matches since he last scored a goal for Watford, the 19th of November. Made his debut against Liverpool in August. He does remain one of the brightest young talents at 20 in the Premier League, but he's got to play himself through this goal drought at the moment. Sadio Mane, Decore was in there with the challenge for Watford. Here's a chance for Roberto Pereira to take his first run down the Watford right. I suppose another key here for Watford, Owen, is that they've got to get support up to Troy Deeney. Richarlison will try and do that down the left, and the emphasis will be on Pereira to do it down the right.
That's going to be a big ask for Decore Capoue.
With the first ball flipped on by Sadio Mane towards Mo Salah. He's managed to get the veteran Britoff in there, and then Emre Can was coming in. And it was alert defending, tracking back for Watford by Etienne Capoue.
It looks like he's found some space already, Mo Salah. Much impossible to defend 1v1.
Sadio Mane.
Hey, sorry,
Salah, and he's got the red shirt flooding forward, and he's going to go himself, and he does so well.
Oh, goal.
Again from Mo Salah. The twinkling feet, the ice cold finish, the Egyptian on fire, and Liverpool strike early at Anfield. It's Liverpool 1, Watford 0, and who else but Mo Salah?
He's such a special player, Mo Salah. I just can't believe Watford don't double up against him. Richarlison. Well, nobody's there. Mane with a lovely ball. And again, he gets into a 1v1. Britos on his own, sits him down. It's a brilliant finish. Everyone thinks he's going to go left. That little shot there sits Britos down. And it's a really good finish. It's just too easy for Mo Salah.
Much love.
Just can't stop him running 1v1.
Well, he is Mr. Unstoppable for Liverpool. That's his 33rd goal and his 41st game for the club. And in actual fact, he was going through a drought. He'd actually gone 2 games without a goal, which was the longest run he'd had for quite some time in a Liverpool shirt. But so much ability. And then at the end of it all, the ice-cool finish, which leads to the celebration from Jurgen Klopp.
I'm just surprised the best player in the Premier League this season is not doubled up. Charlton's not coming back in. Rollerbox is not there. Britos 1v1. He's never going to win that battle.
Actually feel sorry for him. Well, it has been a case of concede early at Anfield against Liverpool and then batten down the hatches for the rest of the match, and Watford have got to get themselves through the next few minutes or so here, because Liverpool have come out fast, they've come out firing, and they've got the early goal as well. Here's Roberto Pereira, supported by Kiko Femenia. Watford did come crashing back down to earth at Arsenal last weekend after back-to-back 1-0 wins against Everton and West Brom. They have been resilient recently, and that resiliency is really going to be tested now by Liverpool. Here's Etienne Capoue, and then it was Holebas out there on the left-hand side. I'm just surprised. The manager's done really well since he's come in. I would have thought they would have doubled up on Mo Salah. To give that player that amount of space. See the scores for early today, whizzing to the bottom of the screen. Back in a minute, guys. The lead at Bournemouth. Big win for Crystal Palace away to Huddersfield Town, and Everton coming back to beat Stoke. Here's Andy Robertson, and now Virgil van Dijk. Here's Emre Can. Joe Gomez, who's restored to the Liverpool back four today, with Trent Alexander-Arnold dropping down to the bench. The other change of significance to the Liverpool starting lineup is Matip, preferred to Lovren. That's a lovely ball through by Henderson, but Mo Salah just unable to get there. Marquez, the Watford keeper, very quick off his line and needed to be. It's actually really good recognition. Unfortunately, Henderson just overhits it. Mo Salah is always on the move. Like a handball in there by Femenia, which wasn't spotted by the officials. Robertson, though, with determined defending there for Liverpool. He's having a fine recent run in the team, isn't he, Robertson? He's a really good young player, quick, very aggressive. This one from Henderson. He's just off on Salah.
What the hell are we on this team?
Richarlison.
Oh yeah, he's a good player as well.
Joe Matip in there doing the defensive work for Liverpool, who are unbeaten at home in the Premier League this season. Watford haven't won away in the league since beating Newcastle at the end of November. This really has been one of the toughest games on the schedule for all the teams in the top flight this season, coming here to Anfield against this Liverpool team that have been so good in terms of scoring goals on their own pitch. Here's the right wing back, Kiko Femenia, on by Pereira. Here's Jurgen Klopp. It's his 50th Premier League game here at Anfield as the Liverpool manager. And he's got that mouth-watering last day tie in the Champions League to look forward to against Manchester City.
I think he'll be confident, get a result against anyone. Away from home, Liverpool can score against anyone.
Sebastian Fertl winning the header of Roberto Firmino.
Right, let's get into this draft. Fine.
Here's Henderson, and now Robertson. Oh, Salah the target for Liverpool again. Holebas in there to defend it. Gomez can pick up the pieces. Salah with the ball in towards Firmino. Here's Wijnaldum, and now Robertson. Virgil van Dijk, and here's Salah, Firmino, looking to link up straight away with Sadio Mane. Chan to Wijnaldum. Here's Mane, Firmino. Liverpool threatening again. On Robertson. Anyway, Chan closed down quickly by Decore, but Henderson's in there to keep it alive. Salah wins the chase. I think Holebas knows already, Owen, it's going to be a torrid afternoon if Salah keeps getting the ball in the counter space and he's receiving it so far.
I think Holebas and Fritos should stick together. Maybe get the Charlton back in.
Okay. Oh my god. Wasn't wearing the hashtag kits, really?
Joe Gomez has got himself forward down the right hand side for Liverpool. Matic comes back the other way to Virgil van Dijk. Here is Gomez. Chan looking for the movement here of Salah. He'll come right from one side of the pitch to the other side for Liverpool. He's inside the corner.
Don't see any pass. It's a good pass to Mo Salah. She catches everything.
The two centre-backs on the way in. Salah, the goal scorer, is going to leave the corner here for Jordan Henderson.
Right, I might actually going to get into a game now. What the hashtag kids as well?
Here's away by Decore for Watford. Here's Henderson, now Salah. Firmino was looking for the delicate touch back towards the Egyptian. Ferreira was in there to win it for Watford. It's been a difficult ground, this one, for Watford. They lost here 6-1 last season. Their only win here was 19 years ago when Tommy Mooney got the winner past Sander Westerveld, the only time that Watford have ever won a league match here at Anfield.
Madeleine Miller
Scored again today, got his first goal in a Liverpool shirt against Watford on the opening weekend of the season.
Not going to say. Not going to say.
Charlison. Passing into the two, but only to Robertson.
Do I need to change my kit?
Here's Jordan Henderson encouraging Robertson to get forward. It's a brave challenge over there by Femenia.
Oh no, you can't say.
Tracking back, denying Holebas the possession. Probably an undervalued part of the front three's game here at Liverpool, though, and the fact that they do track back and work so hard. Firmino in particular, but you see Salah and Mane doing that kind of work as well.
You know, he demands that of his front players, Jurgen Klopp. He did it at Dortmund. He demands it of his players at Liverpool as well, and you're right, they're all so unselfish, working for the team.
There we go, somewhere. You paying the home, I'll pay in the away kit. Do it.
She's passed straight away by Mariappa. Here's Henderson, now Chan.
Hey, we've got a final game. He's in the home kit. Oh my, I'm in the away kit.
Gomez and now Joel Matip. They're all back in those yellow shirts in defensive
Who's that?
positions, but
David Silva will get tired out
Liverpool
within
have already
minutes.
got the lead.
Not within minutes, but it'll get tired in the 60th minute, something
Liverpool
like
will be quite happy, I'm sure, just to
Not
keep
even
the
that.
ball and knock it around like this and wait patiently for the opportunities to arise. Almost putting that ball into a dangerous area.
I just feel like they are managing games better. Liverpool of late. And has opened defensively. Joe Gomez getting forward again. And has opened defensively. The most goals on the counter-attack. Different ways they can play if needed.
First tussle there between Virgil van Dijk and Troy Deeney.
Pardon me.
They'll be aware of the problems that muscle can bring you, those Liverpool defenders, having seen Lovren knocked about a bit by Lukaku at Old Trafford. Hence may be why the change has been made at the back by Jurgen Klopp today. Here's Jordan Henderson looking for Mo Salah. There's more defending for Miguel Britos to do. Firmino's offside.
How do you get out of that? Well, remember, I'm in the away kit.
Again, Mo Salah has that space to run into. Firmino's off.
It'll be a hard
Let Mo
afternoon.
Salah go into a 1v1.
Kyle Walker at centre back.
The core exercise that from Van Dijk. He has made a difference, Van Dijk, to this Liverpool defence.
So Charleston has got the ability to make a difference for Watford. Not this time.
I'll just back you pace.
Mo Salah, now Roberto Firmino.
It was all a favour.
Corey.
Last shot.
Now Holebas.
Pace everywhere.
Sadio Mane was looking for that ball from Henderson, wasn't he? But the Liverpool captain didn't spot him. Made a really intelligent run right across the Watford back line.
Yeah, you're right. He just had a shot from the cameras, but he was just trying to run along that line. Watford completely lost him. Amazing how often those Liverpool attackers find those little pockets of space. What's a turn?
What's a turn from Salah? Skips away from Holebas, gives it to Emre Can. Corey there though to pick up the pieces. He's done that really well all season for Watford. Abdoulaye Doucouré, 50th game in the Premier League for them today.
He's a very good player. So all the top four sides are looking at him.
Well, he says they are. He's been quite open at the fact that the big clubs are looking at him. I suppose the proof will be in the summer.
Well, if they're not, I need to look at the recruitment, because he's got everything. Physical presence can play. He goes to his game this season, 7 from midfield.
Sake, he's gone down the wrong hole.
For Watford. Despite the fact he's got 8 games without a goal.
That one didn't.
A jack of all trades really in the team for them.
Pardon me. Is it going to snow or what? Seriously?
Henderson.
Good save.
That's Sadio Mane. It's just caught there by Mariappa.
Better. Run!
I love that turn from Mo Salah. His awareness of where people are around him. A little flick, and he's off. Turn of pace.
I would definitely never ever use this team again.
Oh well, the skill in those tight areas. Obviously, his pace is great.
I don't mind Sheeran and Fabregas and Willian.
Brilliant.
And to be fair, I don't mind Matt
Liverpool
Loughton.
players over the ball here. Jordan
And Kyle
Henderson, the other
Walker.
one. Both Virgil van
But I never
Dijk
want
and
to
Joel
play
Matip have
with
gone
a
in
team.
there.
He's off with a team like this again. I really can't do it. You have to rely on the
Being
subs.
held by Watford. Salah teases one in. And the defending done in there by Holebas with
Just don't trust my
Roberto
team. I don't know
Firmino
why.
sniffing around
Just
behind
don't.
him.
It's actually a good ball in. Just not really attack it.
Salah's been out there to take the corner.
That was my fault.
In towards Roberto Firmino.
This is what I mean. The defence can't deal with it.
They couldn't pick out Sadio Mane, but Wijnaldum was quickly on the scene to keep the ball for Liverpool. Firmino sends it long towards Pereira, headed forward by Gomez. The two in there on Wijnaldum.
I'm now going to have to rely on Messi to score. Pretty much. Against a top quality team. It's going to be tough.
Big problem here though for visiting sides pretty much all season. You just don't see enough of the ball, do you? We're seeing it from Watford today. There's not really any opportunity for them to get men forward to support Deeney and really put this Liverpool team under pressure. And then you've got to deal with attacks like this, which includes Salah. Only after with the clearance, it might fall in there for Mane. Firmino with the header. There's a real fear factor, isn't there, for opposition sides who come here and take on this Liverpool team.
Yeah, they just can't keep the ball. Watford, especially up the pitch, top side dominating as they normally do at home.
There's Jordan Henderson. Sadio Mane. Entry of Mariappa with an important job to do at the expense of another Liverpool corner. To be an outswinger this time from Salah. They let it run. And then Wijnaldum with the shot. Charged down there by Holebas. Gomez picks out Salah. Here's Jordan Henderson. Target in there is Firmino. And Troy Deeney, the Watford captain, back there helping out. Here's Van Dijk. Just slightly overruns it.
Half time, 1-1, not terrible.
So don't forget the football keeps coming on BT Sport today. Straight after us tonight, Manchester United against Brighton. That's in the FA Cup.
No, we've got Man United Brighton as well to look forward to. A lot of football to watch today. A lot of football. American football. No. Let's watch some soccer. Oh, guy had to win that. He won that one,
Just can't get off the pitch.
Uh-oh. Let's go on a Gay. Oh, a Gay's like Kante, man. He just runs everywhere.
I see a long throw here from Joe Gomez.
Probably isn't FUT Champs quality, but...
away by Mariappa. Holebas then found himself surrounded.
Ah!
The beautiful thing about Salah, he can go both ways. So often you see a player in the Premier League sit down, a defender just with pure skill. Twists his feet up. To be fair, he's done that to a lot of people this season. Mo Salah.
He's become a real hero for Liverpool supporters. It's such a fantastic personal season. 33 goals, they keep adding up, don't they? 25 in the Premier League. He's gone past Harry Kane. A sloppy ball by Wijnaldum and an opportunity now for Decora. Here's Kiko Femenia. Robertson got across smartly though for Liverpool. It's a nice ball out to Sadio Mane as well, and a wonderful touch.
Oh, it's a lovely touch. Robertson's such an aggressive defender. Really nice to see from a young player. Always on the front foot. Positive.
Started 16 of the last 17 Premier League matches now. Andy Robertson really has made that left-back position his own, with Roberto Moreno a substitute these days. Mr. Corey, and now Capu, Cannoneer. Henderson tracking back though for Liverpool. Moreno can nick it back again. Here's Capu. Now Holebas, who's got Richarlison ahead of him. And here it's gone Watford's way. Last touch off Joe Gomez. Emre Can's got a problem here. There's activity as well on the Liverpool bench. It looks as though James Milner is getting himself ready to come on here. There he is, Milner, who started the game at Old Trafford but lost his place from the start today. Emre Can is going to be the player to go off.
He's had a really good season, Emre Can. Liverpool fans hope he'll sign up. He'll be here and stay a lot longer. He's got a great future.
So an unwanted change here for Jurgen Klopp. Emre Can leaving the scene inside 27 minutes, and James Milner coming off the bench to replace him. Of course, the one thing they'll hope now, Owen, is that's nothing long-term with the kind of matches they've got coming up, Champions League, and of course trying to secure this place in the top four, which is ultra competitive in the Premier League. He's a player that, if Jurgen Klopp picks his best 11, he's always in it.
He's very versatile, can hold in midfield, can play further forward. A bit of everything in that midfield.
Here's Decore for Watford, looking to test Loris Karius if they possibly can. Liverpool have had the run of the place for the opening 27.5 minutes. Richarlison battling with Gomez, who was too strong for him. Frees up Mo Salah. Holebas was determined to try and get a foot in behind him, which enables Watford to get the ball back again. And then Deeney was the target for that one, but it was always covered off by Joel Matip.
Hasn't had much to do back there, Karius, has it? It's an easy for him so far.
Virgil van Dijk. Roberto Pereira. Richarlison looking to get forward down the Watford left, but it's not a good enough ball. There's the Liverpool goalkeeper, who so far might well be the coldest player out there on the pitch here at Anfield. He's starting his 9th successive Premier League match today. He's been in good form as well, 5 clean sheets in the previous 8 matches. Clearly more confident these days, having been named the #1 by Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, he's played very well. I think Jurgen Klopp made some big calls. Karius coming in, Robertson coming in. They've both come off.
Jordan Henderson, sloppy though, under to Etienne Capu, who was caught there by Wijnaldum. It's a free kick to Watford. Just come a bit flat, Liverpool, haven't they?
Watford just sitting off them on there, maybe just a bit careless in possession. Just unnecessary, that ball from Henderson. Turn over a possession in a big game, that could be a lead to a goal. A kick for Watford.
It's the first real opportunity for Prödl and Mariappa. Two of the centre-backs to get forward and join Troy Deeney up there.
It's a very high line from Liverpool.
Holebas, the left wing-back, is stood over the free kick. It's gone in here to Prödl, the offside flag up though, straight away.
It's not often you see a line that high. That's why, really good job. All players offside.
Interesting layoff by Wijnaldum. There's more sloppiness from Henderson, gives the ball away to the Decore. Now Pereira. Sadio Mane's track back, but that's brilliant skill from Pereira. Now can he pick someone out? Well, with Joel Matip in there to clear it away. The initial bit of skill though from Pereira was brilliant.
Technically he's a very good player. Just need touches high up the pitch. And again, Liverpool making some of their own problems. Turn over possession in a dangerous area.
Just 5 minutes or so that might well have given a bit of confidence to Watford. Certainly enabled them to get a foothold in a match that Liverpool have been thoroughly dominating. Robertson centre. Here's Decore. Let's have a look at this, Owen.
That's lovely. That makes Mane. Head up straight away, trying to find someone. He's got player Pereira. Just not getting any touches high up the pitch. Richarlison has really had a kick in the game.
Here is Richarlison, manages to wriggle away from Joel Matip, but then was looking for the run of Pereira. Liverpool just get that bit of a roar from the Kop because Watford are having their best spell in the match and Liverpool have been giving it away, and now Firmino's going to be pulled back for the offside.
Again, Liverpool almost turning over in midfield. Just there, almost turning over. He's definitely on there, Firmino. Credit Mariappa, great pace to get back in. He's spot on Firmino, he wasn't offside.
Well, Mariappa was the player who was actually playing them on, wasn't he? Way off by Firmino, and then the acceleration from Salah. Really important defending by Prödl, who had to get across there. By Roberto Firmino. Here's Milner.
Feels like they're slowing the tempo down a little bit, Liverpool. It's cold, but can they up the tempo ever so slightly? Get that second goal.
Salah's corner. In towards Firmino, a bit too high. So don't forget, international break coming up. There's still football for you on BT Sport. The Vanarama Conference, Barrow against Hartlepool at 7:30 on Wednesday, 1HD, 4K UHD. There's Tranmere against Eastleigh, which is next Saturday. The coverage starts at 11:45. And also Woking against Macclesfield, which you can see on Good Friday, 2:45 in the afternoon, 1HD and 4K UHD. He's managed to slow Liverpool down, hasn't he?
Nice.
Traffier, after the quick start that they got to the Salah goal. Brilliant acceleration from Salah again. He was pulled out by Britos. Anthony Taylor was happy to play the advantage. Clipped in by Henderson. Here's Sadio Mane. He was actually stood offside, wasn't he? So by Firmino leaving the ball to him, the assistant's flag was raised on the far side.
Again, Mane's on there. Bruno plays him on. You have to credit Salah not going down. Obviously held back just before, but he's so strong.
Daniel Cook on the far side, the assistant over there, and he's had a couple that, when you see them played back, he's not got right. Torreira's ball in, that's a header by Richarlison. And the first bit of work back there for Loris Karius. Sadio Mane on the run. Milner had played the ball forward, and Karnezis, the Watford keeper, over there to clear it. There's Andy Robertson and now Virgil van Dijk. Both teams with the one attempt on target for all of Liverpool's dominance with the possession. There's James Milner. Olivas used a bit of muscle to concede the throw-in.
He's pretty good at that part of his game. Muscle side, picks up loads of yellow cards and red cards. Plays that one cleanly though. Richarlison actually is very good in the air. He doesn't have a big physical presence. Easy save for Karius.
That's why Meldon, Salah to Sadio Mane. Couldn't quite manage to wriggle beyond Feminine. Now here's Pereira for Watford. Skips away from Jordan Henderson with ease.
5v1, he's got absolutely no help. Just brilliantly getting forward. Nobody in the box to cross it to. Had some really good moments in the first half for Pereira.
Here's Miguel Britos and now Holebas. Now Mariappa. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Liverpool 1, Watford 0. Mo Salah with his 33rd goal of the season. And he goes from Decore. Van Dijk in there for Liverpool. Wijnaldum had to be a little bit careful there on Torreira. And then Milner can set Salah away. He can size up Prödel. Spot the run of Firmino. Liverpool in. It's Roberto Firmino! Excellent save by Karnezis. A little bit of skill to open up the shot though was fantastic from the Brazilian.
That's a lovely counter-attack from Liverpool. Great ball from James Milner. Prödel thinks he'll get there. Just too quick, Mo Salah. Perfectly weighted ball. What a chop. Really good counter-attack from Liverpool. Someone who scored the most goals on the counter-attack. Just so dangerous. Good save.
His eyes light up, Firmino, when he sees Watford on the fixture list for Liverpool. 3 goals in 4 matches against them. And really close to a second one for Liverpool there today. In goes the Milner corner. In towards Virgil van Dijk and headed behind for another Liverpool corner.
From the Mo Salah, I often see defenders think they'll get there. He always gets there first. It's happened 3 or 4 times already today.
There's Firmino and now Milner. I saw the Chelsea defenders think they were going to get there ahead of Lionel Messi in the Champions League in midweek as well. Some of these attacking players these days can just lull you into a false sense of security. Felt he was fouled there by Mariappa.
He's done okay, Mario, effort in this game.
No, it's all.
So only with that one shot on target.
These boys just get down.
Here's Wijnaldum. Plenty of yellow shirts around him. Deeney can try and find a bit of space here for Kiko Femenier. One thing that is for certain down this side of the pitch, two very energetic players in direct competition, Andy Robertson for Liverpool and Kiko Femenier for Watford.
I don't think anybody's going to beat Robertson for pace. That's why he's such an aggressive defender. He knows he can get back in.
Oh. Okay, let me go into...
Femenier is a good player. Probably just not as quick.
Towards Sadio Mane, that's a really good ball. Salah's coming in on the far side. Mane couldn't find the quality of cross.
He did that well, those runs in behind. Nice to see Mane looking for Salah. Would have been a better cross, he would have scored.
Not Jordan Henderson. Gomez. Milner, little touch to Salah. Couldn't quite nick it away from Britos. Joe Gomez, Roberto Firmino. Now Robertson, Sadio Mane. Robertson's carried on running down the Liverpool leg. In goes the cross. It's a good one. It's a brilliant one, and it's finished off by Mo Salah. Brilliant ball in by Robertson, and Mr. Clinical there to strike again for Liverpool. That's 34 this season for Mo Salah. But he quite rightly gives Andy Robertson a big pat on the back. Liverpool 2, Watford 0.
It's a great team goal. Tension in possession. It's really good from Robertson. And then lovely weighted pass. It's a perfect cross. Mo Salah's there again. Just thinking the goalkeeper, can he come and claim it? But the ball is perfect from Robertson. Timing is exceptional. Mo Salah, a lovely finish.
Well, you can see the pleasure that it brought to the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. It was a Salah goal, but it was superbly manufactured by the left-back Andy Robertson. 34 for Salah, and anyone who's an aficionado of the goals that Salah scored this season knows that the right-footed goals are the rarer ones. He's usually a left-footed specialist, but that one off the right side, and Liverpool now with a 2-goal cushion 2 minutes before half-time.
Both wide players play quite narrow in this system. Play close to Firmino. Allows the fullbacks to get forward. Mane inside, plays in Robertson. Salah comes in off the other wing. It's just a lovely team goal.
It's the problem when you play Liverpool, though, Owen, isn't it, that you try and keep them from getting behind you, but they are going to get behind you because they've got so much speed and so many accurate passes.
I think the wide players are playing definitely closer to Firmino. It does give a team difficulties picking up certain players.
You can hear as well, the Kop really appreciated Robertson's role in that Liverpool goal as well. His name being sung here at Anfield now with Liverpool leading 2-0. Deeney, and now Decore. Here's Holloway. Henderson gets it back for Liverpool. Fantastic combination between the pair of them, Robertson and Salah. Watford behind for the 8th successive away match. They've not been ahead away from home since they took the lead at Crystal Palace in December. They found it really difficult to pick up points on their travels this season, hence why they're still waiting to get the necessary points to stay in the Premier League. Liverpool's got the free kick here for the offside, which they wanted to take a little bit too far forward. And then away by Mariappa. It's been a satisfactory first half for Liverpool, hasn't it, Owen? But it's been one where Watford have never really been able to find the right kind of tactics or pattern of play out there to test them.
Yeah, maybe it is what it needs, a change of tactics. Liverpool in complete control.
So they lead 2-0 at half-time, and both goals, the 33rd and 34th goal of this wonderful first season back in the Premier League for Mo Salah. Roberto Firmino had one or two nice moments as well. Watford could never really find an answer, and Liverpool's brilliant little Egyptian adds 2 more goals to his tally. Half-time at Anfield in the snow, it's Liverpool 2, Watford 0.
Clark and Henderson.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Oh no, hopefully I don't remember it. Oh no. Shit.
Star never shines so
We are connected to some of the most advanced technology the world has ever seen. We can choose from over 100,000 live sports events every year. Just like that.
Stevens, Clark,
We're members of the world's favourite online sports betting company. And we gamble responsibly at Bet365.
For your perfect job, go to read.co.uk.
It doesn't matter where in Britain you live. Things, people, places, they're all moving forward, all the time. How far we've come can't always be measured in miles. But from one generation to
Yo, what's up, Andrew? Welcome back, mate.
stop heading that way. Introducing all-new Ford Fiesta. Together, we'll go further.
My lord.
Life is a funny old thing, but one thing's for sure, we all have those we rely on.
Why can't
The ones who have our back, they're always there right by our side. But when they can't be there, to support us, to advise us, to tell us everything's okay, we promise we'll be there. To do right by them, right by your
Oh, I'm gonna jump off a cliff in a minute.
Co-op Unit Care.
Oh, you know what? Oh, there we go. Henderson now.
Well, that's where it all started, wasn't it, Birmingham, apparently? Currys. Really? I thought it was India.
Tap the app today at hungryhouse.co.uk.
If you've got BT broadband at home, you'll save £60 a year on all BT mobile calls.
No, I don't know what these two
Our
names are.
starter SIM is just
Finish it
£7.50
off.
per month. It's perfect for staying in touch with unlimited calls and texts. Or for just £12 a month,
Gunning.
our 3 gig essential SIM handles
Murray.
whatever life
Sean
throws at
Murray
you.
and Gunning.
While for £22 a month, our 15 gig ultimate SIM is great if your phone buzzes and beeps every 5 minutes. Plus, you'll get fast 4G and Wi-Fi in more places than O2, Vodafone and Free. So get the SIM that's just right for you. Search BT Mobile or call 0800 756 5235.
Right.
I do not believe in climate change. Where is your idea pulling out of the historic agreement?
Gunning.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now, go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as tired as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
Burglar alarms tell us after a break has occurred. So I thought,
Gunning. 300 coins and make my money back. That's good. That's good. That's all. Honestly, trust me, it works all the time.
Hi, I'm offering a free window cleaning service. Sorry, I'm in the bar. Ring lets you see and speak to whoever's at your door from anywhere. And with advanced motion detection, Ring alerts you to activity on your property. Available at ring.com and select retailers.
Get ready for earth-shattering action. Unleash the power with over 200 downloads worldwide.
Jesus. Small rare election players play.
Powerful opponents.
All we need to do is make 4K. I want to do another draft. 3 gold, 3 silver. God knows. We've got a board at least, that's alright. Perfect. 2 cards still have not sold, so I'm sure to get
this program is sponsored
good,
by
good. That's what I like to hear. That's Sergi Petrov. Who does he look like? He looks like a goalkeeper.
Welcome back to Anfield, where Liverpool are leading at the break. Our review to come, but don't forget we've got another live match for you right after we're finished here, and it's Manchester United against Brighton, the FA Cup quarter-final. They both try to join Spurs in the final 4, and United do have some recent heritage in that competition. Steven Gerrard and Tim Sherwood are here today, and I tell you what, it's about Mo Salah again. We've said it so many times this season, he continues to excel, Stephen.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. What's that, his 25th, 26 goals of the season in the Premier League. It's a phenomenal return. And he's got Britos up the wall, really, and he has done for 45 minutes. You see, this is the warning sign, so he gets in a 1v1.
One card just so
and he chops her inside, and he ends up on the floor, scores with his right foot. It was actually a warning sign before him.
What I like to hear.
Here's the goal. He gets himself 1v1. Britos is terrified, backing off, ends up falling over, and it's a terrific finish on his right foot.
Brilliant again. They don't know what to do they, defensively?
They're all over the place. They got 3 at the back last week against Arsenal, played 4 at the back. Just shows you that formations don't win football matches. Doing the principles right, and today they've not got it right. They got a warning sign just before that. Halabas has to come and help Britos out. The last thing the big centre half wants is 1v1 with Mo Salah. See him here. Look how high he is. Britos there at the top of the picture. As Britos there, he gets played a 1-2 on. Before the game, I mean, 10 years ago we would have told him Mo Salah's going to beat him 1v1. You know, no one needs to be told that. He's too good for him. Now there's Halabas. Halabas has to be tucked in, has to be helping him out, getting back in there. No interest in getting back in. You know, and then he gives you 1v1. There's only one winner. Chops and turns. Whoop, sit down. Puts it in the net.
Interesting decision to bring Britos back into the, because he hadn't played since November and he looks rusty.
And he's up against probably the best player in the Premier League in current form, so it's a big ask if you haven't played from November. And as soon as he gets in them 1v1 situations, the problem he's got is Salah's capable of going either way. So what do you do? It's very, very difficult to defend against because he runs at you at such speed.
They don't know what to do. And when Andy Robertson can deliver a final ball like this as well, you're struggling, aren't you?
Absolutely, times it well. He's not got forward a lot because everything's come down the right-hand side. But when he does, 1-2s again, the pass and move, the other wing-back on the other side hasn't done his job right. They stand still at the far post and it's a good finish. That bounces just before Mo, so that's not an easy one, Stevie, is it?
No, it's a very difficult thing. And it's Britos again, you know. He's had a poor 45 minutes. It's an excellent delivery from Andy Robertson. He puts it right in that corridor of uncertainty. A great pass here from Mane, first time, absolute striker's dream onto it for the tapping.
If you were in that Watford dressing room right now, what would you be saying to them?
Well, you've got to believe that you can get back in the game. It's very hard to try and convince them. You have to go to a back four, have to change. They don't know what they're doing in a back three. They have to go to a back four, try and get some bodies forward. They come here to be nice and solid. They look anything but solid today, don't they?
Yeah, do you think they have to make that change?
Definitely. We said before the game yourself, Anthony, they have to defend perfectly here to get them. They have to get the principles right, be aggressive, get tight, and stop Liverpool's danger in, and they haven't done that. I actually think Liverpool are not at the fluent best. They're good, but I still think there's more to come, which is a scary thought for the Watford players.
It is indeed scary. Mo Salah has been the story of this first half again. Absolutely brilliant. His 25th and 26th goals of this Premier League season already. What can Watford offer in a way as a response? Well, we're going to find out in a few minutes, because the second 45 minutes is live next with us here on BT Sports.
Two packs to open.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
My races.
UFC Fight Night London, exclusively live on BT Sports.
Football, 90 minutes where anything can happen. You can watch it and you can get involved in it with the latest Coral action.
Awesome.
Coral, jump in. Available from App Store and Google Play. When the fun stops.
I know, but then what I could do, so just not.
On several occasions we nearly lost her. She reacted badly to the chemo. We were in hospital for a long time. And now she's absolutely fantastic. She's starting secondary school. She's absolutely amazing. And without the kind generosity of the people leaving gifts, we wouldn't have her here with us today.
Correct, sir. As always.
This just in. The amazing new Samsung Galaxy S9 has arrived on EE. Rio, how's that super slow-mo camera?
Shake it, baby, shake it!
Let's try it on low light.
Off the scale!
And there's more? EE have gone nuts. This new Galaxy S9 comes with 2 years access to the BT Sport app.
Get him!
Overclock for an overreaction. Amazing new S9 with 2 years sport on a max plan.
When guys shave, this is what they do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Shaving rebuilt with Gillette Flexball technology moves like no other razor. It responds to the contours of your face. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Monopoly is back at McDonald's this Wednesday, and with millions of chances to win, get ready to get peeling.
Wherever life takes you, there's a Tipo for you. Fiat Tipo, built for
Alright,
life.
the first game I didn't really like Classic Edge, so I'm going to sell him. He was, I looked at his price and it was, what was it,
Discover the
88?
Fiat Tipo range. £159 per month plus initial rental.
Okay.
Look at that. So easy. That's what you call a confident penalty. Reel him in. Oh, he's a big one as well. Unbelievable. And so's this. sure you put it back though. Available from App Store and Google Play. When the fun stops, stop.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Liverpool are in total control here, 2 up against Watford at half-time. A quick reminder, don't forget we've got UFC Fight Night, Verdum against Volkov. That's 9 PM on BT Sport 2 tonight. There's the man of the moment, Mo Salah, continues to break records. He's got the most goals in a debut season for Liverpool in the club's history now in all competitions. A staggering success story. And he's also the Premier League top scorer as well, and Harry Kane is out injured. He's hoping to extend that margin now. We're all set to go for the second half. Over to Owen Hargreaves and Darren Fletcher.
Thank you, Darryl. Those 2 goals in the first half for Mo Salah mean that Liverpool's front three have 70 between them so far this season. The boys are speculating at half-time about whether Watford will change the personnel, change the shape. It looks at the start of the second half, Owen, as though they're certainly going to start with the same shape, and neither manager, neither Javi Gracia nor Jurgen Klopp, has made any personnel changes at half-time.
Would have thought they'd make a change. Watford, Liverpool actually dominated relatively easily.
It's Robertson. Liverpool were looking for the quick start at the start of the second half through Roberto Firmino. Here's Wijnaldum. Liverpool, of course, had to make the personnel change in the first half when Chan went on.
Alright guys, well if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the thumbs up. It's nearly 4 hours, as you guys can see top left. It's been a great chilling with you guys. Honestly, it's been great. Andrew, thank you for staying around. I don't know whether you'll watch this video back, but thank you for being here for all this time. Really have appreciated it. Been nice to have someone to talk to while playing some FIFA. But yeah, smash the thumbs up button guys, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.